Are you gonna put your camera on?
I tried.
You tried.
I tried, and it doesn't like the fact that I've got OBS pulled up.
Are you streaming with your camera though?
Well, okay, I've got two cameras hooked up. My webcam is also getting picked up by OBS, and it doesn't like to share.
Let's see, I feel like that's fair.
I have gotten it to work in the past, but I tried a little bit earlier. I could have tried harder.
Oh, he's live on his camera's on stream.
Yeah. I put me where I would go. Oh wait, no, I didn't. Why am I over there now? What? Oh, it's because Garrett Rook turned his camera on. Dang it. Okay, hold on. I gotta scoot me over.
And Garrett's just gonna be that black box.
Apologies.
Scoot me over and pour me out.
Now, as a D&D Roll20, I guess I'm not really a noob because I used this like many years ago, but I don't remember how any of this works.
We're not on
How do I get to the
Roll20,
actual map?
we're on D&D Beyond.
Oh, that's why.
That's why none of this looks familiar.
That's why it looks different. Like, hey, that's a different screen. Okay.
All right. I think I put myself in a spot where I want to be now.
Yeah.
On the stream.
I'm on YouTube watching, and it looks fine.
It looks good there?
Yeah, it looks fine.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm one of your viewers.
Lil says hi. And Lil also says, hi, Rook with no hair. Matt,
Hey,
you
what
need
up,
to
Lil?
turn up
With
the
no
Discord
hair?
volume for the boys. Okay.
Interesting. So you have to follow. You're in charge of the maps for all of your users. So
I'm what?
Why are you on mute?
Garrett, you're muted.
Oh, because I was cleaning.
There you go. Yeah, now everyone has their camera on.
All right. I need people to remember -23.
Minus 23.
Yeah.
Don't forget -23.
It's
Hey,
so
by the
that
way,
I can.
Why high Rook with no hair, but no high Garrett with no hair?
But
Well, you never
Mockery's
had
got me with
Liz.
-23.
Is that your default state?
Forgot to change that setting in the default character when I was making it.
So I will.
Starts bald.
Mockery in the chat says -23. Is that
Yeah.
important for something?
It's so that I can remember how quiet to make the my computer sounds for when I record videos and stream like other games. I did it so that I brought your guys' volume up. So that
Yeah, but we're still pretty quiet compared to you.
on the old streamage.
Rumor has it. I don't know.
Oh,
I read that somewhere.
here, let me. People talk now.
Hello.
Oh,
No.
Sound
didn't do
pretty
a good
good.
talk.
This is me.
I was gonna say, let everyone just stay quiet.
Everyone talk.
Nobody.
Mockery says better.
We all should have planned that out, so we were all just like,
It's silent.
What the heck, guys? I broke it.
Or we should have mouthed our answers.
Right. You guys are silly geese. Still not great.
I disagree. I think Matt's fantastic.
Hey, thanks. But my voice sucks.
Fantastic.
It's
You're
his
still louder
thing.
than the boys.
You gotta
I'm just gonna
gas up your
be.
boys, you know?
Oh, is
Like,
that what we're doing?
that's
Yeah,
just
Matt's
a
the best.
consequence of my mic.
yeah, there's one of two options here. Deku turns us up, but then he's getting absolutely pummeled by us, or we're a little quiet on the stream.
Hold on. I'm gonna pull this up too. Everybody pull up my stream.
Stop yelling at me.
Oh, okay. My bad.
You're not my dad.
You're not my Aaron is.
Nah, Cole is. Cole's
True.
everyone's dad.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. GDQ
Like
is
that
going
meme.
on.
Hold on. I have it favorited in my photo album for some reason, but the meme where it's like Cole's gonna be a dad, and it's the other
Always
astronaut
has
always
been.
has been.
Yeah, that reminds me of that meme Cole created. Yeah.
Yeah.
It actually wasn't Cole, it was one of his buddies. Just like when he told him, he immediately made that.
Did you guys tell Cole what happened on Sunday, or am I going to break that
No.
news on stream?
I think you should.
Wait, what happened?
We were at the game, and I brought one of my friends with me,
Uh-huh.
and Aaron said something to
Oh.
him, picking on him, and the guy goes, "Shut up, Cole."
Very
I
much
get
thought
it.
he was Cole.
I get it. My own son was confused between Cole and I when he was first born. At like 1 year old, he would look at Cole, he would look at me, he'd be like,
That's so good.
for the longest time, I referred to Cole as Daddy Light.
Daddy
That's
light.
funny.
So, Lil, from my phone speakers, I sounded maybe a pinch louder, but it sounded pretty equal.
Yeah, it's match channel. Let him be loud.
Yeah, yeah.
Matt, stop yelling at me.
I
My
don't like that.
voice
I wanna be louder than-
hurts.
Maybe it's because you're trying so hard because you know your voice is shot. Start the campaign.
Start the
Don't
campaign.
push me. I'll start when I'm ready to.
I am so upset that my voice isn't gonna work for the voice that I want to do right now.
Well, you gotta, whatever voice you do today, you gotta stick with.
No, I can't. No,
Yep,
it's
that's nope. You're gonna ruin the immersion.
I will.
His
It's
voice
called
is
character
changed.
development.
Oops. Control Shift T.
I gotta
My
pop
bad.
right all the
I read
chats.
Aaron's description of my guy, and I'm pretty sure my voice is exactly what he would sound like.
Oh yeah, you're perfect.
I'm
Don't
like-
even
I was
voice
gonna
that.
say, I was like, that's pretty spot
rate-
on here.
I wrote your character and we went through the backstory. I think I sent it to you and I was like, you know
Yeah.
what? I think you're gonna fit right in with this guy.
It's like when they needed a new Speedy Gonzalez, and they were just like, Gabriel Iglesias, don't even
Yeah,
do a voice
yeah. You
acting.
know
You're
what?
just
Just-
you're Speedy.
You're like, what's the guy's name that does Joe from Family Guy? Does
Oh,
that voice for every single person he does?
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's perfect.
I forgot his
Don't ever
name.
change.
All right.
Hey Peter, whose idea was it to put the party on the third floor?
You do. I'm so impressed with how good of a Joe you do.
That was a really good show.
I swore you had Family Guy on.
Yeah.
Man, I can't
Or
wait
again,
till my voice
you watch
actually
Family
starts
Guy.
to recover and I got like a freaking DJ voice.
Matt, I am watching the world's longest Long John Silver's ad on Twitch right now.
Dude, did you know the one in Kalamazoo actually remodeled? Like they didn't close down, they remodeled.
How?
Why?
Where does Long John Silver's get money?
Eats there.
I don't know. It's got to be a money
will say-
laundering scheme, right?
No. I refuse to eat the fish there because I'm like, there's no way, right? But they do these things, and I forgot what they're called. They're like the crunchies or whatever, and it's just the batter that falls in the
The hush
fryer.
puppies, right?
No, not hush puppies, because hush puppies they call them like crunchies or something, and it's like the batter like they put on the fish and the hush puppies and stuff like that. When that like drips off and it's just batter and it's like at the bottom of the fryer, they scoop that out, put it in the thing, and say,
Here you go.
and they are so good.
It's disgusting.
Stick with
Wild.
me here. It's actually a thing.
Hear
and
me
it's
out.
So good. That's the only reason I'd go there.
All right,
Yeah.
you ready to start?
I'm gonna need a
Class?
third monitor.
Time to come into session.
Oh, it's
There's
time.
no time like the present to get started on this campaign. All right. As we fade to color now, come into the foreground, we see traveling along the road of the Tribor Trail, recently exiting the high road headed south, a caravan of 5 wagons and a handful of individuals walking along said wagons. As we pan in closer onto this caravan, walking across the plains, we focus in on a singular wagon. In this wagon, towards the front, leading the caravan, there's a couple of individuals riding along. We see one individual a kind of more darker skinned, scruffy hair, somewhat pointed ears individual with two individual tusks kind of sticking out of their straight-laced jaw, looking pensive out into the forests, pandering around. We see an individual who will soon be known as Rev. Rev, would you like to describe what the players and the watchers are seeing as they look at you?
Yeah, you may recognize the character as a sort of orc-ish, if you are a little bit meta about it, right? But not quite what you would think of when you see an orc. A little bit more human than you may be familiar with. So, um, a bit of a scruffy, tattered, uh, I would say robes, kinda, and a sort of more pleasant demeanor than you might know from most orcs.
Across from him, sitting on the other side of the bench, is an individual who looks older in age, yet the closer you pan in on his face, there's a twinkle in his eye. Matt, who do we see sitting across from Mark?
You see a gentleman whose name I forgot already. Oh, it's Bill.
Good start.
You see a gentleman by the name of Bill. He is an older gentleman, bald of head and white of beard. He walks with a little bit of a hunch because the years of being a pro athlete in an entertainment sector of well, for lack of a better comparison, the D&D equivalent of WWE. However, like all athletes, we can't escape age, and Bill was no exception. However, that doesn't keep his spirit from getting down. He wants to, he wants to stay in the game. He wants to stay a competitor, and he just refuses to let his age get in the way. So, he has stayed active, pumped the iron, and you see a big, muscly, concerningly muscly old guy
The boulder.
sitting patiently. I
Holding onto
cannot
his-
find the picture that I have for him. Hold on.
I think you put it in the chat. While you find that, in addition to Rev and Bill, who I'm sure will introduce their names eventually, but I can't decide. Am I going to use your character names or I'm going to use your people names? I feel like to keep the immersion, I'm going to just use your character names. So,
Okay, I found it.
In addition to Rev and Bill, there's another couple. There you go. Thank you, AI.
This is Bill, spelled B-Y-L, Roshi.
There you go. Perfect. In addition to Rev and Bill, there's another group or another duo in the wagon with you guys. A impoverished-looking man, human, nice scruffy beard, simple plain clothes. Looks like he's probably a traveling farmer based on the grit and the dirt on his hands that has yet to been cleaned. And what you could assume to be his traveling companion, you might assume a wife, another human female next to her, or next to him. You guys have left Neverwinter about for 5 days on the road, traveling the high road, and another day on the Tribor Trail. You guys purchased a ticket to travel this caravan, which is all heading to Phandalin. It's a remote mining town that's recently reemerged and has been cultivating a civilization there over the past couple years. It's still tenuous. It's kind of an adventurous focused town. It's rugged. It's been destroyed several times in the recent histories of the Sword Coast, and most recently it's been picked up and re-engaged with by the town master, local leader of the area, which his name is definitely right at my fingertips. Where did it go?
Did you
Really
check your
concerning.
fingertips?
Nope. It's right. I just passed it. Sorry. There's time. Really ruining the immersion.
It's the pilot episode. It's okay.
It is the pilot episode. I promised to be better. Oh my goodness. Where is his?
Season 2 is where like you actually get to spend the money.
It really. There we go. Harbin Wester is the town master of Phandalin. He's recently, again in the last couple of years, set up to build this town back up from the rubble. It's supported by primarily a mining town with plenty of room for agriculture and monster hunting due to the rich ecosystems between the Sword Mountains and the Neverwinter Wood surrounding the Tribor Trail. There's plenty of ruins and deep unexplored mines, and the promise of adventure and gold lure many to Phandalin these days in the hopes for notoriety. Rook, we're going to pan over to you real quick. As the camera exits the caravan that continues along its way, it finds itself at an intersection of the Tribor Trail and where the road to Phandalin begins. We zoom in and we see a scruffy-looking individual pulling a cart of homegrown vegetables and some small livestock to sell. Rook, what do we see when we zoom in on this individual?
This individual is fairly unassuming. He has he's wearing a simple mustard-colored tunic, some tan pants, a pointed green hat that was probably once the fashion of his time, maybe a century or two ago. And he's also got some distinctive pointed ears that don't seem to fit quite right with his head. They're quite large even for an elf. And yeah, he looks like he is a salt of the earth type individual, not here to you know, dabble in any social graces in town. He looks like he's on a mission, and he's here to fulfill it.
As you wipe the brow you wipe your brow with sweat from pulling the wagon pretty much on your own, I need you to make a perception roll for me. First roll of the game. Let's go.
Ooh, let's go.
First roll magic.
First roll magic.
First roll
Hit
magic,
it with us.
baby. All right. And I'll have to let the tension hang in the air because I don't know where to roll on D&D Beyond.
Yep. So look at Matt's screen. If you have his stream up, you can see the button that he clicked.
if you have the game pulled up
Okay.
and see the map, it's the little box button.
Yeah, I got it.
They should make it look like a dice button,
Not a
It's
box.
the
It's a box.
not a cube.
box. The box.
Yep, and then hit the drop
Oh, yeah,
arrow
there it is.
for
Yeah.
them, and yep, you can roll a d20 and add your perception modifier from your character sheet. I would encourage everyone to have their character sheet in a separate window pane if possible.
Don't have room for all
Yeah.
of this.
Ooh. Getting separate windows pulled up here. I do have it pulled up. Let's see. Perception modifier.
Garrett, your
I
stuff.
was gonna say, can you go ahead and send that to me?
Yeah.
Garrett says, "Help me."
By the way,
Garrett,
I've never done this, so we're rolling with the punches.
Rolling with the punches.
Rolling with them, baby.
Nice. Is there a way to add it? Roll to everyone. That's probably better so you guys can see it, right?
Do it
I
that
believe
way.
if you're in your character sheet, you can click on things in there and it rolls to the campaign log.
Oh,
Rumor has it.
actually, yeah, I see a D20. Yeah, let's see if I can. All right, so with my, I don't know how to add the perception modifier in here. I rolled an 8, but
Your perception is
Hmm.
+5.
well, yeah, I didn't know. Is there a way to like add it to the roll, like roll d20 +5 or something like that? If not, that's fine. I just didn't know if
Hold
there
on.
was a simpler way to make it part of the game log.
We will only get better at this.
Yeah, so if you're in your
Yes.
character sheet, if you're in your
Yeah.
character sheet and you're seeing it, you can click on the number. So like where it says perception for you and +5, you can click that +5 and it'll roll on screen for you.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah, I just clicked the die in the corner. That works like a charm.
All right, there you go.
Oh,
Cool.
I tested it.
Perfect.
All right, you're good.
Yes,
Garrett,
so
are
I
you?
rolled.
Did you find your?
Ignore that.
Thanks, Pete. All right, so we'll use that 12, that last one you rolled, which is plenty. As you sit there on the at this fork in the road, you know which way to go to Phandalin. You've been there a number of times before. And as you're observing your surroundings and just checking and just taking a moment to catch your breath before you head your way into town to prepare for market, you see off in the distance, you see a caravan of wagons coming your way. Decent speed. What are you going to choose to do?
I'm going to choose to ask if they would like to buy some beets, some homegrown beets.
Okay. So you pull your car off to the side, I assume, just to not impede traffic. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right.
Yes.
You pull your car off to the side of the road. You hitch up. You kind of sit on the corner, and you wait. It's time's passing. They're steadily making their way forward. After about 35 minutes of waiting for this caravan to finally make its way to you, you see it's quite larger than you initially saw it. You see about 5 wagons and about 15 individuals walking alongside. You're not sure. It looks like, based on that perception score, we'll just keep it with us. You see a couple of wagons have individuals riding. Most are filled with goods for selling or for trade, or they could very well just be supplies that have been ordered for Phandalin. How do you want to hail the lead wagon?
I would like to step directly into their path with a hand outstretched and wait for them to acknowledge me.
I'm gonna need you to
And
make
hope
just a
that
quick,
they acknowledge you.
make a performance check for me.
Okay.
This better work. Rook's gonna be re-rolling a character.
So we had a 9. Okay.
Yeah.
As you step in front of the wagons, which have been traveling at full pace as you've been watching them come your way, you put your hand out just to wave at them, not really minding exactly how far into the road you actually went. The driver, though adeptly, sees you and sees your indication, but it's a little late for him to fully stop in time, so he veers his wagon and his horse off to the side a bit. I need Rev and Bill to make just a little bit dexterity saving throws.
Dexterity saving.
Wow.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
What if I wanted to just?
I like the little roll of the dice that it does in the character sheet.
I do too.
Right.
Uh-oh. My back.
Rev and Bill, hold on, let me roll for the NPCs. I'm going to choose.
Is that a dex check
physical
or
dice.
saving throw?
It's a saving throw.
Okay.
I'm back.
As the wagon driver veers off onto the, just kind of onto the shoulder of this road, which they're not well-made roads, right? This is certainly not fully cultivated society. These are trails at best, certainly littered with holes, with maybe mud and rocks. As the driver swerves out of the way to avoid hitting this random elf who popped in the middle of the road. It hits a large rock on the side of the road and it jolts the wagon. Rev, you managed to catch yourself just barely on the kind of sides of this wagon. It's kind of an open wagon, has a slight cloth cover just to keep the rain and such out, but it's open on the sides. So you grab yourself, you catch on. You see at the back quickly as this happens so fast, the other two passengers, it looks like the wife is about to fall on the ground, but her husband quickly grabs her, holds on to her, and secures themselves. However, you look across to your elderly companion, who you haven't had a chance to really talk to much, and you see him absolutely fall onto the floor of the wagon. He takes no damage, but you see and he kind of gets up with a disgruntled kind of sigh. It looks like while he may not have been hurt physically, his pride definitely suffered a little bit in the tumble.
I got up with a one-arm push-up.
Yes, for flavor. Hey, give me a performance check, Matt.
Oh, sure, yeah. Performance. Oh, I don't have very good performance. Uh-oh.
These are the best of us.
You go to do a push-up, but then you hear a...
My back again.
And you just have to stay there for a little bit until that figures itself out. The wagon driver looks to you, Rook, to you,
Wide.
Dwight. Thank you. It's like, how do I say his name again? Dwight, and says, "Whoa there! You can't just be walking in front of wagons like that. Are you crazy?"
I walk up to the scene of the accident and appraising what has happened. I don't really engage much with what the wagon driver said, and I approach the group still with my in the spirit of a salesman, and I say, "Question: would anyone here be interested in purchasing freshly grown beetroots?"
So
Hey,
the
beet
wagon
farmer.
the wagon is on its side.
No. It's just kind of like off on like it hit a pothole.
Oh,
Think of
okay,
it like
okay.
that.
Hey, beet farmer, you forgot to acknowledge the driver. He asked you a question.
I would love a beet.
You hear this voice come from the wagon, but you see no person.
You're selling beets?
Oh,
Yes. Excellent. Yes, I would like to sell as many as you're willing to buy, older gentleman.
Hey, beet farmer, are you okay?
Don't
Oh,
pay any.
I'm quite all right. I'm a bit exhausted from hauling this wagon, but otherwise, it's been a decent expedition so far.
Your
Can't
ears
complain.
must be tired. You haven't heard the driver. He was asking you a question.
Pay no mind to the
Oh,
gentleman that's
I-
on the floor.
As you look at the driver's already gotten off his cart and is shaking his head and is looking at the side of his cart, checking the tires to make sure nothing is broken.
At this point,
yes,
can I
elderly
have collected myself?
You have gotten up, yes. You're sitting in your seat again. In addition, you see now the 15 or so people that have been traveling with the wagon now fully, the whole caravan did not cause a massive pile up on I-94, but instead rather did come to a collective stop. You see no other injuries or hear no other commotion, but some of the individuals are now curious as to what have happened. So Rev, you would see, and Bill, you will have noticed on off to your side by the driver, you see the other individuals, some coming up to him checking to see what had happened, now walking away with disgust and shaking their heads. Some curiously coming around because, hey, who doesn't want some beets? Rook, I need you to make a sales pitch to the people around you gathering and make a performance check to see if you get any buyers.
Do I make the pitch first and then roll,
I
or
would
vice
I would
versa?
probably roll first to tell you how good of a pitch you need to do.
Fair enough.
Does Rook's character does Dwight relative to Bill? Does Dwight look like a young man?
He looks well relative to Bill. Yes.
Okay,
Frankly, most
that's all
do.
I need to know.
Yes. You rolled a six. What was it? 16.
16 with my
All right,
modifier.
that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Make a very compelling pitch to these people.
All right. Greetings, fellow countrymen and countrywoman. I'm here today to sell some homegrown beets in town, and it just so happens that fate has crossed our paths. Thus, it would be quite beneficial for you to take me up on my offer before I take my haul into town, and well, it'll clear out quite quickly. So I recommend you buy each of you take at least one beet. I'm selling them for 1 copper piece per beet. They're high quality beets. I've been doing this for over a century now, and I'm quite good at it. And it will be a nice snack to take on the ride home, and reminisce about this quirky story of how we met here today on this road.
Excuse me,
Uh-huh.
young man. Did you say a century? Do you know how long a century is, youngster?
Correct. I have been farming beets for well over 112 years this summer.
But who's counting? Are you good at it?
Correct. I am the best beet farmer this side of the Star Middle Hills. That is a fact.
As you say that phrase and have this banter, you see a couple people perk up, and you now have a line of about 9 individuals trying to buy beets from you. As you head over to your wagon to resolve this, and Bill or Rev, would either of you be purchasing beets from this farmer?
No, in
Certainly.
fact, my character would be actively discouraging customers from buying these beets because the farmer has still not apologized or acknowledged that he has caused an accident.
All right, make a performance check for me. You've convinced nobody.
You rolled a 0?
In fact, in your attempt to dissuade people, one more person comes up and says, "You know what? Actually, I'll take one too." So 10 people follow. What is it? I keep on saying Darude, but
I don't know if I've ever
Dwight.
actually seen a 0.
Like Dwight, but Dwight.
yeah. Follow Dwight over to your cart stall. As you resolve your sale, mark 10 copper pieces or 1 silver piece added to your inventory, and minus 10 beetroots from your inventory, Dwight.
All right.
As that resolves, the camera pans out and slowly drifts about a couple miles to the town of Phandalin and settles on a building, well, more specifically, the alley next to the building that's right at the front of town. You see hanging from the front of the building a sign that says, Barthen's Provisions. And next to Barthen's Provisions, you see an alleyway. There's littered cans and trash and baskets and bins, and there laying on the ground is an individual who is slightly dirty, slightly dusty, and just waking up from a long, long night. Garrett, what do we see?
You see Pete. Pete does like a little bit of the spicy water, and he he's kind of gotten by. He was a washed up guard, so he knows his way around the streets. But he lost his job Um,
You good?
hold on.
That's it. That can be it.
Okay. I'm trying to read the thing you gave
good.
me. I don't know what I'm doing.
You only need to give me physical descriptions. You don't have to go into
Perfect.
your life history. No
Yeah.
one here needs to know.
Heard. So yeah, he still has the dirty, dingy like guard like shirt, but it's definitely not an active one. And yeah, he's just sleeping on the ground, no hair. But he's very dirty.
Yep.
Cool.
As you wake up, you walk into a frequented establishment of yours,
Mhm.
the provisions.
Welcome back.
Hi, Rook. You
Hello.
messed up my camera.
Well, I'm so sorry.
All that success with the beats.
Just like me, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's
it's
just
better
like Drew.
Okay, good.
You walk into Barthen's Provisions looking to get a bottle for the day. You can't day drink if you don't start in the morning, and
Amen.
you check your pocket and you have a little bit of change in there, something to get you through. You walk up to the front desk where you see your old friend Elmar Barthen. He is a lean and balding human man of 50 years, and he's been a good friend to you for your time in town since you've come here looking for work and for success. You lean up to him, or he leans over to you and says, Pete, we ain't got no drink for you today, sir.
I
That
have
usually
a
goes well.
few coins in my pocket, and I know that there's a bottle that costs this amount. So I put that bottle up on the counter and give him the money for it. But I grab the bottle next to it when I leave.
So you try. Okay, so
I do a switcheroo.
You're gonna put an empty bottle up there. He says,
Yep.
"I'm gonna take this one,"
Yep.
and you're gonna grab a bottle that's
and I'm gonna
next
do
to it.
and then when he's not looking, I'm grabbing the bottle next to it. Yep, that full bottle.
The old switcheroo.
All right, go ahead and
Switcheroo.
make a sleight of hand check.
Okay, hold on. No shot.
So you go ahead and you put this green brownish bottle on the counter. You slap down a silver coin, or a copper coin, and you say, I know you got the good stuff." And you take your bottle and you put it back in your pack and you go to leave. You know this is the thing. You've done this every day. And he just kind of lets you go. He goes, "I'm telling you, boy, there's we ain't got no booze in here. In fact, we're waiting on a shipment of that booze coming in from Neverwinter just today." You go to take a swig of it and you spit it out. And it actually isn't alcohol. It is a bottle of cleaning solution.
We say thanks and we take that with us anyway because there is a little bit of alcohol in that, and we've got rock gut already, so not much can hurt us. All right, we're taking it anyway.
As you approach the door, you hear this heavy sigh. "Listen, Pete, I'm telling you, there's a caravan coming in any moment now. I'm telling you, boy, if you can't get it right without something in your system, and Lord knows we've all seen our hard days, just go over to the caravan, see if you can't buy something from them directly, or whatever it is you need to do. But don't bring me any trouble, you hear me, boy?"
Not a problem. I'll be back tomorrow.
As you walk out of the saloon, or of the general store, you see it's a it's a pretty sunny day, pretty clear skies. It looks to be about mid-morning. You're right by the entrance of town. He said there was a caravan coming. What are you going to choose to do?
I'm gonna go ahead and sit down at the gate, take a drink of my cleaning solution, and wait for it.
All right.
He's the guy that's has a bottle of Windex and forgot to switch it with Gatorade.
I'm gonna go ahead and wait at the gate.
I need everyone to roll a perception check.
I have perceived.
I was gonna say if
Ooh,
I
pretty
roll
good.
low again,
Pretty good for the people out in the crowd. And Pete with a 21. My goodness. Those are great rolls, guys. Way to first game magic. I can't
Way to
wait for those
roll 'em.
rolls to get progressively worse.
we've
I
had
mean,
two
I've already
nat
rolled
ones
a 1
already.
and a 20, so I don't know what else we can do here.
Yeah, we've had
Let's
2 crit misses already. One was reduced to a
That is
0.
That is true.
True.
I might as well get a critical coin instead of a die.
That's right. So I'll start with the caravan first. Well, you know what? No, I'll start with the caravan first. As the last sale is pending on those beats, you hear the wind pick up. It's not really too notable, but you hear more of a kind of carry on the winds more and more.
I know I need to do that.
You hear it's kind
I've
of
been
it's
meaning to
it's
and
it's
keep forgetting.
echoing, it's reverberating, and it's getting louder, and it's getting louder, and soon you hear a and you hear this too. Sitting at the gates, you hear a reverberating bellow as off in the distance and right above you guys see a massive gleaming dragon, or at least what you seem to be, as the shadow fills and blocks the sun and fills the valley. A giant white dragon soars right over you and heads towards the lofty mountains off in the distance. At that sight, the caravan driver says, "Get in, we need to go." And he starts the caravan, and they start making tail for the nearest clearing. Pete, from your perspective, the dragon is straight ahead of you, and you see it flying off towards to the hills. You hear a slight commotion off in the distance. It might be the caravan, it might be something else. What do you choose to do?
I'm gonna slow walk out that direction because there's not a lot that can if it is a dragon, that's fine. Or if it is the caravan, I'll walk into them. So I just start casually walking out that direction.
Cool. As you guys quickly make your way to a clearing, you find some spots under some low-hanging brush. You know darn well you don't want to be caught in the open plains when there's a dragon flying about. Whether he was interested in you or not doesn't really matter. Now's a great time to kind of bunker down. And with that, I'm going to leave us on a little bit of suspense, if you don't mind, Matt. I need to go say goodnight to my kids, but I'll be right back.
Hey, that's okay. I think it's bathroom break time. I'll be right back.
Don't
Also,
have your
Oh, the suspense.
razor. You guys
There's
don't
a
have your razor.
dragon.
There's a
That's
dragon.
a dragon,
Mark,
dude.
what did you
The
fix?
Dargon.
What's that?
What did you fix?
My icons
What icons?
in Twitch chat.
Mingo says, "Guy, you're just in time for the bathroom break." Oh yeah.
Hey, you guys don't have your Razer X RGB gamer catheters in? Come on.
Oh, I forgot that Razer made
Always.
those.
Mm-hmm.
RGB, right?
Does
Mhm.
Does
I
it
just-
light up?
It does. I just switched from Corsair. Just switched
The
from
Corsair ones were kind of pinchy, I know.
Yeah, they were a little big.
And the LEDs, they were a little hot.
Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Well, I suppose I'll take this opportunity to go refill my beverage.
Rook, it's up to you
No.
to keep the stream
Too
occupied.
late. Aaron's back.
Nope, it's too late.
Too late.
Nope, not too late.
Nope.
Told you it'd be quick.
Well, they weren't. They just got up.
You run out and you say goodnight. You slam the door and you run back.
Well,
Go to bed.
So
Smash.
they went to bed at like 20 minutes ago. They're already passed out. So I stuck my head in. I said, "Good night, buddy," and I just pulled my head out.
Mm. Mhm.
Aw. That's
Wait,
nice.
dads do that?
If you
It's
have one.
news. Ah, there we go. That's right. That's right.
Matt left me in charge of babysitting the stream, and we all know from the last stream how well that usually goes.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy Garrett. Let's see how fast we can get Matt's stream DMCA'd. First sound is we're gonna go ahead and start with Disney. All right.
Yeah. Now streaming Star Wars.
Next
and
up, Skrillex.
I've returned.
All right, and next up in how fast we can get Matt DMCA'd, EA Sports.
EA.
No.
We just hit this rebrand and
Yeah.
I'm gonna get shut down immediately.
Perfect time.
Yep.
Oh man, I wish that my voice wasn't all beaten up. I could do my do my
Beats, get it?
It all
Beats
connects.
it up.
Beats by Dwight.
Beats, but
Oh dear.
Beats by Dwight.
So, dragon?
Yes, hold on. Sorry. I need to fix my DM screen so you guys can see what's next. Okay, I need here we go. This is fine.
Bye, Rook.
just slowly going down. I can do that too.
Where's he going?
Here we go.
Now I know that he didn't move that that smoothly all the way down.
Methodically.
Oh,
That
did
is
you just
funny,
raise your
Dusty.
desk?
Just need to
I did,
figure
yeah.
out the fog of
I
war.
was like, you were going so smoothly.
Frame perfect, baby. Practice that just for this session.
Sorry for that interruption. Let's dive back in.
Yeah, there's a
The dragon carries on to the mountains. You make your way to tree line. Make a perception check, the three of you.
The three of us
that are out there.
yeah.
The three of us that are in the field. Perception, you said?
Out there.
Time
in
to
the
perceive,
field. Yes.
baby. Let's go.
I
Lots of
perceived a
looking
lot.
with your eyes.
My brand.
I see Bill, Rev, and Dwight.
Wow.
Is the most perceptive man in the world.
It's a critical perception.
He's mostly
Um,
eyes.
He can see into the future.
You guys, as you're looking about, making sure everyone has gotten to the tree line safety to get out of the open skies and the open fields, you can see not terribly far off is the town, which you can assume to be Phandalin. Dwight, you look, even with your special merchant eyes, trained to find someone who's clearly in need of something, hoping it's your beets or your produce. You see an individual who's peeking out of town, who looks like they were watching the dragon fly, and looks out towards your direction, is making their way towards you with that excellent roll. In addition, with your excellent perception rolls, as you get close to the tree's edge, before your caravan driver can fully park, Dwight, you see it first, but you see some movement in the trees. Rev and Bill, you also quickly pick up on this from your lead cart. What would you do if you're in the lead caravan cart and you see some movement in the trees ahead of you?
Is the cart mobile, or are we in the cart that crashed?
No, you're in the cart that it didn't crash, it just hit a bump.
Oh,
So the wagon is fine.
I
And
understand.
over the course of Dwight selling his beats, the driver's gotten it back on the road when the dragon appeared.
Is Dwight
So
on the caravan right now?
you guys are back in your seats, and now going along this path towards the trees, trying to get out of, in case that dragon circles, and you see some movement in the trees that you're approaching.
Dwight is
What
in
is
the
powering
caravan?
this wagon? Is this horse drawn?
Yes, it is.
Where's
Um,
Dwight?
Dwight is at the back of the caravan.
Okay.
It is now a 6-wagon caravan.
Oh, nice.
He's propelling his own wagon.
He's pulling it.
Hey,
Keeping up,
old
though.
man, do you know how to drive a horse?
Well, I mean, I've a time or two, but I'm more of a fighter than a rider.
Make that horse go faster.
All right, and I just kind of spit on one of my hands and I rub them together and I reach forward and I slap the horse's butt.
Oh, there's so much to unpack in this action play. I would like you to make an acrobatics check
Oh God.
to see if you can't reach past this man who's driving to slap the horse's ass while you are just sitting in the back seat.
Let's go.
Wow.
I'm very athletic.
You know
These
what?
old
He's not
bones,
very-
they move.
All right, now I need you to make an animal handling check to see how well this horse responds to your ass slap.
Shouldn't it be poorly?
Not if you handle it well.
You know what? That's not bad. It's more than I expected from Bill. I'm gonna be honest with you.
He's got some. These hands have worked.
So the driver is looking up at the skies, trying to see if it might be circling back. And as he's looking and straining around, you deftly jump up and smack this horse's butt, and it kicks into high gear, and it goes full tilt. The driver, let's see if he can recover. He cannot recover. He loses the reins as the wagon jolts, and the wagon goes veering at full speed. As the rest of the caravan is watching this, they see quickly this wagon taking off, assuming the worst because there was just a dragon, and they trust this man leading this caravan. They all, and you see this caravan pick up speed. Druid, the group in front of you just starts taking off at a faster pace. Are you going to try to keep up with them?
Yes.
I need you to make an athletics. I need you to make an athletic check as you pull this wagon along on your back. You're just
Time to goose it.
yes. Your long journey to this point has really worn you down. You're not quite as fast as the rest of the caravan, but you give it your all. As you go, you get a little bit more labored as you move. Your movements become more exaggerated because you're just trying your hardest to keep up. You do lose.
Period.
Hold on. You lose 2 radishes. Or 2 beets, that's what you're selling. You lose 2 beets as they go rolling off the side of the cart due to your exaggerated movements and fall into the wayside. Not that you necessarily know, but just mark that for your inventory. Well, with your perception, you probably know your passive perception's through the roof. So you see those go and you just go, and you keep going. All right, the horse and wagon is quickly approaching the tree line. He does able to manage and regain himself, but it's really too late. As he gains composure of the reins, he pulls back, saying, "Whoa!" And the horse slams and tries turning. Let's see. Let's do a fumble roll for the cart. Perfect. He saves the cart, being very used to this whole setup, having driven many times. He quickly avoids a stump that was just right on the outside of the tree line and brings the wagon to rest. And you take a quick breath as you're able to come to terms where you're at. Quickly, Bill and Rev, make another perception check.
Uh-oh.
As you get and you stop and you collect yourselves, let's see here. Oops, that doesn't need to go off the desk, and that didn't need to. That's cocked again. All right, that is a. That is a 12. So Rev, does a 12 hit you?
No.
As you stop, you breathe. Everyone takes a second. You see, and two tunks hit the side of the wagon. One right where your arm was, but you had just moved it as you braced for stopping. The other landed on the seat next to the driver. As you look out into the trees and you see 4 yellow, beady eyes staring at you from the treetops. I'm going to need all 3 of you to roll initiative. Garrett, can you make an athletics check for me while they're doing this?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, that's
That's what it
wonderful.
was.
That's
what it
good.
was.
That's a nat 20. So fueled by the promise of booze and the fear of being caught in the open, you have made excellent time. You have now closed the distance by more than half, and you can see the chaos that ensued in front of you. You saw an old man smack a horse's ass and the whole thing go crazy. And while that's an advanced maneuver, you know something is going on. And as you're about maybe 30, 50 yards away, you see a couple of arrows fly out from the tree line and strike this carriage. You're gonna take a couple of turns to get there, but we'll have you roll initiative in just a minute. Okay.
Does it show a turn order?
I think there is one.
There better be one.
Auto initiative? Oh no, that's not what I want. Does that change? Auto initiative. Oh, why don't they group those? No, so Bill had an 11, and Dwight had a 4.
White.
No,
Yeah.
I will struggle with you forever, Mr. Shrewd.
It's based on Dwight Schrute. For those at home keeping score, but he's called Dwight Schrute in the D&D verse. So
If you could get his name right.
Okay, I will go live with the screen here in a second. So we're right here, we're here, we're here, and let me reveal just this tiniest bit of road. And then I will go live with oops, that's not the button I want. All right, I think that's good. It's a little laggy, to be honest.
Goblin.
A goblin.
They're doobie gerblins. All right,
Herman
at the
Gerblin.
top of the initiative order, let me roll for the at the top of the initiative order is you, Rev, who now recognizing the threat, first to respond, quick to take action. What do you do?
Oh, I believe I will run up to this goblin. Is this goblin covered somehow?
Those goblins, one of them is currently up in a tree branch that's about 8 feet up. One is behind a tree. So this will let's just say this. Goblin. We'll just do that for the sake of placement. There. So the goblin archer's up in a tree, and there's one goblin on the ground.
All right, I shall be approaching this goblin.
Okay.
And swing the old mace.
Swing that mace, though.
Does a 8 hit?
No. You miss with your mace swing. But
Let's
nice try,
see.
though. Are you carrying a shield?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Wait. Let me get you a correct answer to that. The answer is yes, I am carrying a shield.
Yay. Good job. Just want to get the mental picture here.
That's right.
So you rush over with your mace and your shield, and you take a mighty swing. But this is a deft goblin. He's used to ambushing travelers, and he quickly tucks behind a tree, and your mace swings, boom, connects, but the shock reverberates up your arm as you strike only tree. Next in the
Ouch.
turn order is the caravan, and you see the leader gets out, says, "Hey, goblins, run to the back!" And he starts getting out, and he runs towards the back, letting you guys handle it since you're clearly taking action. Next in the turn order is going to be Bill. Bill, what do you do?
Oh, Bill grabs his quarterstaff. He spins it like an anime character and runs at the goblin that just ducked behind the tree.
All right, go ahead. What are you going to do?
He's going to swing at him.
Smack, 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 roll for smack.
Okay, so let's see. Bludgeoning, what is this other one? Because I want to swing two-handed. Does it make a difference?
No, it doesn't make
1d8 plus 2 is grayed out.
The damage is different if you roll if you hit. The swing itself, I don't think, unless you have
Oh, I'm sorry.
specific
Yeah, I'm
proficiencies or
looking at the
bonuses.
DC. Or I was looking at the damage, not the attack roll.
Yeah. You want to do? You got to hit it first, mate. Mate,
I didn't hit
you
it.
must have. As you ran over, and it was so cool. Like you got up, you held the staff in both hands, you gave out a wonderful war cry, and you jumped off the wagon, twirling your staff. You landed in an action pose. You ran up and you swung, and just as you were about to swing, you hear it. Oh, my back! You didn't
My
quite
back.
make it. Ah, you missed. Next in the order, you see the goblins. He's now he sees you in kind of a fragile, exposed state, and he just kind of gets this wicked grin, and he's gonna try stabbing you with his short sword. So let me go ahead and roll for this.
John says hi. Hi, John.
What's up, John? That is a 13 plus 2
Yes, it
for a
hits.
sword hit for 15. So he takes his sword with that wicked glance and just shoves it into your side. And that's going to do...
My back again.
That's going to do 2 plus 2 damage. So 4 damage, 4 slashing damage, even though I described it as a piercing thing. Slashing damage. And as it hits you, you arc in the pain, but also kind of relieves your back.
Oh. That was just the pop I needed.
Mark, the one in the tree is going to aim his crossbow at you and take a shot at you, and he's going to hit with a... Well, he's going to attempt to hit with a... Oh, that's not going to do it. That's a 3 plus 4 to hit on range, so that's 7. That misses, I assume.
Yeah, it does miss.
Yeah.
I
You
have a
raise
higher
your shield.
armor class than that.
You just take that arrow and you look back and you give him a scowl.
Garrett.
Dwight, you are a sizable amount of distance away. Probably would take a turn of 30 feet to get there. What are you going to do this turn?
I would like to note in character, my walking speed is 35 feet.
Perfect.
But
He announces to himself.
I think I have a ruler. Let's see.
while I
There's
am
a ruler on there.
approaching, I will take
It's only
out
25
my
feet to get to the goblin, so you can get there.
excellent. I get there. I attack the goblin nearest me with my sickle.
All right. Hit that man Reaper style. What you got? Don't fear the Reaper, but fear the beat seller.
The Beatman.
What do I roll? The beatman.
Roll to attack for your sickle.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if that was a modifier.
Yeah,
Well, it
there's
should be-
a. If you click on your sickle in your character sheet, there should be a like a.
Yep.
That's so cool. All right, let me get that pulled up here. I'll only get better at this.
This is as bad as we'll ever be.
That's right.
That is a bold statement.
I can get worse.
We'll do worse.
I'm in my inventory. I see a roll.
Should be
option.
equipped.
So
Let me
yeah,
look-
go
let me-
to actions and then all.
Yeah, let me-
It should be equipped.
Oh, actions. Okay.
Yeah,
makes more sense.
those pesky actions.
Yeah.
If you need
Let's
help,
see
I can
here.
jump into your character sheet as well.
Taking full control.
Hacking into the mainframe.
Ooh.
It was a 19 hit.
Ooh, a 19 do hit. It do be hitting. The Reaper man comes for you. And roll your damage, man. Roll your damage, Reaper man. You take a cut and you just right into the, actually so hard it actually gets a little wedged in the tree, but you pull yourself free. You see a giant gash on this goblin's side, and that wicked grin that he had given Rev is now faded to a little bit more of a terrified look as he is bloodied and bleeding down his side, now fearful of his life now that he's being overwhelmed by 3 individuals. That brings us to the top of the turn order, and lo and behold, you see this because of your high passive perception, Dwight, but you see running up the road at an impeccable pace is a man who is now about 60 feet away, or less, or so. At the top of the turn, it will be Rev's turn on turn 16.
Whoa! How's everybody looking? We're good. I don't think
I
anybody's
got
gotten hit yet.
shanked.
You
I got
see
shanked.
the old man in front of you pressing both his back with one hand and holding his abdomen where he was stabbed with the other.
His stabbed him in.
He's stabbed him in, yes.
Don't worry about me, young man. I've been stabbed before, I think.
I think it's time to grab the mace again and just give him a little bat.
All right. Rev goes to hit the old man.
Whoa!
Why are you hitting me?
Dude, open your eyes.
That's a natural 1.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Boy,
I'm actually...
D&D Beyond sucks.
I'm going to roll 100 on this.
Can we
and-
refresh the RNG on this?
Well, weren't saying that when you were rolling 20s earlier.
Yeah, but now that the rolls are bad.
Yeah. Where it counts.
Friend
huh?
Jesus has forsaken us.
Pray to RNGesus.
You got distracted by the old man. You went to swing, and as you go, you accidentally miss, but you hit the tree again. You thought you had moved just a little bit enough to the right to avoid this tree. This time, the reverberation goes up your arm again, and it's now shaking in your plate. I need you to make I'll let you choose an acrobatics or an athletics saving or ability check to see if you can hold on to your weapon, or else you might fumble it to the ground.
Woo!
Ooh,
Ooh.
that was the right
Athletic.
choice.
You hit it, but instead of but using your orcish heritage and just knowing that grit makes right, you clench everything and hold on to that weapon as you just feel the sting of that tree once again. You might want to move away from that tree.
That tree is going to hurt you.
That tree's beating your ass, dude.
On their turn, the villagers are going to, or the caravan individuals are going to continue to circle back toward Dwight's wagon and just kind of hold and hunker down behind some of these wagons to create a shield for them. They're too afraid to go towards the main road, and also equally terrified of being near goblins, which is fair. That will take us to Bill's turn. Bill, what do you got for us?
Is the archer? Oh, let me see. Point and ping.
You are in melee. You are in melee range with this goblin.
Okay.
I'll say that.
Is this
And
one?
he is there, but vertically he's 8 feet up. So
Okay.
he's kind of above you, but not necessarily in melee range and not necessarily in opportunity range because vertically speaking, he's more than 5 feet.
Okay. You know, Bill's gonna pay attention to the goblin that, you know, stabbed him.
I think canonically, like, if I'm imagining this in my mind's eye, I see Rev and Bill kind of on one side of this goblin. It's a little pained by the limitations of virtual gameplay. However, I would consider this to be a flanking opportunity with a companion or an ally of sorts with Dwight for you.
Sure. Well,
Bill.
I don't like getting stabbed, you little cretin. And I swing my quarterstaff again.
Hey, 17 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh yeah. Now
Give me bonk damage. Roll for bonk.
damage. Now, okay, so
Let's go bonkers, please.
I don't understand why.
Well,
So
motherfucker.
I've got two buttons. It's 1d6 plus 2 and then 1d8 plus 2. I'm guessing the 1d8 plus 2
swing
is two-handed.
Is versatile. Yeah, so two-handed swing.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what I want to do.
Yep. Okay.
Boom!
8 damage. Very good. So you come here, you little gremlin, and you give it a good old whap right on the head, and your quarterstaff finds that corner between his neck and his shoulder, and you hear a crack, just like I just had. Ow! And the
I think I
goblin
heard
falls
that.
to the ground in a slump. As it gets hit, it lets out a belt and crumbles to the ground. Does that end your turn? Or you can move.
I'm gonna turn and face the archer. And
Okay.
I will not move.
You just kind of look up, ready your staff.
I kind of wave my staff at him. Now you're next, you little you thing. That kind of hurt. I don't like what's happening.
Okay.
I will get my Deckard Cain voice, and I'm going to use that as soon as my voice works.
Out of the trees behind you, at the sound of that cry, yep, that's enough. Out rushes 2 more goblins. One is going to head towards the back, and I don't have tokens for the caravan people, so forgive me. One's going to head towards the caravan individuals, and one is going to rush towards you and actually going to get up to you, Bill, and is going to take a swing at you because you just killed his friends, and they were watching from the other side of the road. Aw, thank you. Is that the drawing? I assume that's maybe Mark? I don't know.
No, that was me.
Oh, that was you? Very good. Caravan. There you go. Perfect. He's going to get up here. He's going to get close. They're going to roll on you for an attack, Bill. That is a 12. Does a 12 hit your armor class? Matt.
I'm sorry. Yes.
Not Brian.
No, a 12 does not
Brian.
hit me.
Okay. So this little goblin runs up, yeah, and swings at you, but you block it with your staff, just catching it in time. The other one
Oh,
is
you're gonna have to be
use a
faster than
dash.
that.
The other one's going to use a dash action to get up on the third wagon in this caravan, which has the two individuals that were riding with you, the husband and wife, who are now cowering behind it, and he's going to tower over there as he looks to attack these individuals. Um.
Exclamation point.
Thank you.
Metal Gear Solid sound effect.
Garrett.
That's what I was
Garrett,
thinking.
go ahead. You. So you enter combat this turn. Go ahead and roll a initiative check to see where you fall on this.
Hold on, I need to hold on.
And I haven't forgot you, Rook. We'll get to you in just a second.
Oh, great! Dr. Robotnik joins the fight.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, so we'll resolve you at the top of the order next turn. Dwight, it is your turn for the last turn in this round. Go ahead. What are you gonna do? So you saw the goblin go down. You saw the goblins kind of come out of the trees behind you. You see one rushing up on Bill. You know there's the one in the tree. Your passive tells you all too high with the screech that comes from the villager or from the caravanners that someone's going over there. What are you gonna do?
I'm going to break from this group, and I'm going to go after the goblins approaching the caravan.
Okay. And I assume you
don't know
have
if I have
enough-
enough movement speed to reach him.
Well, let's find out, shall we?
Also, I prefer Doc Ock.
Hello.
We'll call that
Hello, Peter.
30 feet, but you should have enough if you use your entire movement to get over there.
I'll use my entire movement to get over there.
So you go over, you round the
And-
corner, and you see this goblin looming over the two individuals, clearly cowering. The husband shielding his wife. What are you gonna do?
I will swing my scythe,
Swing away, man. Swing away.
run it back.
I cast knife stick.
I'm gonna stab a bish.
Ooh.
Ooh, excellent. You slice at this goblin. Go ahead and roll damage. Oh, 4 on a 4. You'll love to see it.
Let's go.
You immediately lop off the wrist, the hand that goes up to block this scythe as this goblin, in sheer terror and being surprised by someone coming after him so quickly, he loses his hand. It flops to the ground, and he gets out about, and he turns to stab you back. We'll find out on his turn. At the top of the turnover, Pete, it's your turn. You are quite a ways away. You are
far?
You are
What's the number?
about 40 away from the group.
Are those rocks next to me right there on that map?
You can easily find some decent sized fist sized rocks in this unkept road.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna just assume because on that map it looks like there's a boulder right there. I'm gonna go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and
What do you
set
wanna
up on that boulder with a crossbow. Is that goblin archer in sight? Are the leaves obstructing my view?
Make a
Can I
perception
see
check.
them?
Make a perception check for me to see if what you can see as you approach the scene.
I gotta find it. Hold on. There it is. Okay.
Yeah, you can see pretty well what's happening here. You see that there's an archer in the tree that's kind of got his bow aimed down at these individuals for sure.
I'm gonna set up on a boulder, and I'm gonna go ahead and take my crossbow. I'm gonna shoot that one out of the tree.
All right. Go ahead and take a staggering shot for me.
Hold on. Is that like my crossbow?
Yeah, just shoot your crossbow.
Womp.
As you run up, you see these individuals in fear, and you shout out, "Have no fear, for I am here!" And it just misses.
Just misses. Hell yeah.
What a
Hell
bunch
yeah.
of misfits.
Hell yeah.
Womp,
Did I at
womp,
least
womp.
draw the attention
Arrows
of
fly
the,
silent.
of the archer?
Yeah, you saw the archer look at you, and then look back down.
Okay.
Notice me.
All right.
Hey.
Notice
Over
me.
here.
Oh.
Notice me.
And also, just for canonic flair, you also had to set down your bottle of cleaning solution.
for sure,
to
for
fire.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Maybe it's because there's not enough booze in that bottle to actually help you hit.
Well, hold on. Can the crossbow be like one of the one-handed ones, and then I'm still holding onto it? Can we do that?
That depends what we have in your inventory. It's a light crossbow, so it still does take 2 hands. Sorry, but we can work on that. I mean,
Unlucky.
what we need is to get you need to get someone to modify your crossbow to give you a drink holder that you can still use a
Cup
straw with.
holder on the crossbow. No straws. We'll just tilt the crossbow back.
There you go.
Reloading. Glug.
Reloading me.
Yeah. You never really know what he's reloading.
It's part of the game. All right, Bill, you're up. What are you gonna do? Or sorry, not Bill, Rev. It's your turn.
Woo. Where am I at? Oh, there's another goblin here.
Yeah, he ran up on me. Tried to hit me. But Bill's too fast.
Yes, you can move over and to attack this one if you want to.
I kind of want to, but that one's only 20 feet away. But then Bill would be by himself. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna help the Bill.
All right.
He
Go ahead
seems
and
to be an
roll for hit.
innocent bystander.
Do you want to flank the goblin with Bill and pinch him?
Yeah, is that allowed?
Yes, you can.
I gotta go down here.
You do. Front and back.
Nice.
That gives you advantage on your attack rolls.
Ooh. So can I roll it twice?
Yeah.
Good thing I can roll it twice.
Where is that? Just misses his armor class. Sorry. So he sees you roll up behind him, and you come down with a mighty swing, and he glances it with his scimitar. Clearly stressed out by now being pinched between 2 people.
Ipe.
What?
I said Ipe.
Yep. Next would be the caravanner's turn. They're going to the husband's going to usher his wife further around the corner to get out of the way of this goblin that's now distracted by Dwide, and going to continue to kind of hide himself by this wagon. Now Matt or Bill, your turn.
So that goblin running up on me and me blocking, that felt pretty cool. So Bill, quarterstaff still, in blocking position, spins it a couple times and does a quick whack.
Okay.
Oops, I rolled the damage first because I know it's going to hit.
You have advantage on it because Rev is flanking with you.
Oh, let's go.
Come on, go
Roll
for
for
the crit. Ah.
No
Get
crit,
it.
but still hits. Should I just use that damage roll?
Let's see. Do I like that damage roll?
If it's
Reroll your
good, then
damage.
yes.
If you're okay with it, I'll re-roll it.
Reroll your damage.
It goes down.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like that damage more.
Technically, the 19 was the one that hit, so.
After you block that, you get a flashback to your time back in the arena. Your head fills with memories of Bill, 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 Bill. As you begin swinging your staff and you go, just like then, and you crack your staff around and wallop this goblin on the head. and you send him kind of reeling, like, whoa.
Bonk.
That's an excellent whap.
Bill does a
next
little bit
is
of a
going-
showboaty kind of like arms up.
Are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
The goblin is going to look to just kind of take care of you as his primary prey and hope to get out of here. He's going to roll 16.
Against me?
Yes.
Yep, that'll hit.
So in his daze, he collects himself, shakes out of it, goes to slash and does 5 damage to you.
Uh-oh.
How's Bill looking?
Not great.
Bill looks like
Bill should tend to his wounds.
This is the way of the gladiator. The ranged archer is also going to shoot at you since you were so aggressive in your cry, and that's a 23.
He's swinging at me.
Yes, he's shooting at you.
Uh-oh.
He's shooting at you, Matt or Bill. And so the archer is going to do 4 damage.
Oh boy.
Is that the end of Bill?
Not yet. Let's just say I cannot get hit again.
The goblin next to you, Dwight, is going to answer your challenge with a 18 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
All right.
I'm about to end this goblin.
That is a max damage roll for 8 damage to Dwight.
Oh.
This whole
Teach
level
you to
1
take
stuff
my hand.
hurts.
Yes, I do. Are you okay, Rook? Are you still up? How
I am.
is Dwight looking?
Dwight is quite dazed and taken aback by the damage he's just taken. The pain hasn't fully set in yet, but it's enough to stagger him a bit and make him blink a little awkwardly.
I see. At the top of the initiative roll, we come back to Pete, who's standing on a rock. What would you like to do, Pete?
We're gonna go. We're gonna yell out a sorry. Hold on, and we're gonna reload, and we're gonna do that again.
All
And
right.
go ahead and we're gonna take a swig from our cleaner,
You-
and
you-
then
for
we're
a
gonna
bonus
reload
action,
the
you-
crossbow.
your bonus action is you take a drink,
Yep.
you load the
We're
crossbow.
gonna reload the crossbow. We're gonna use the rock to like brace the weapon this time to hit that. arc.
Yeah.
That's
so
a
you like
nice
crouch
rock.
low, you get in position.
Yeah, we're
like-
using the rock. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
After
Go ahead and
after
roll.
the cleaner.
Go ahead and roll attack.
Don't you do this to me?
Trust the virtual dice. Don't trust the virtual dice.
Sad boy.
I have a +5 and I'm missing.
that is pretty unfortunate with a +5. You'll have your day in court, son. But it's not this day. 12 unfortunately misses, and your arrow wedges itself in the branch that
I
the
am of
archer was
real
standing
no
in.
help. Well,
But I
hold
will
on.
say the-
Aren't I technically like ambushing them?
No, because they're already engaged in combat.
Okay, I was gonna say because they didn't know I was here.
No, but they're already on alert because they're in the middle of combat.
Okay.
Yep.
Heard.
Then that will take us to Rev.
Garrett clearly doesn't have good aim while drinking his cleaning fluid.
I'm telling you, man. They
Makes
gave
you
me
go a
some
little
bum
cross-eyed.
stuff. I'm telling you, man.
Is
They gave me the
Lace
bad
something?
cleaner.
Bad cleaner.
Yeah, they gave me the bad cleaner.
This isn't the-
All right, I am going
this
to.
cleaner doesn't clean ducks.
I'm gonna notice that Bill looks ouchy.
It's easy to
And-
notice.
He looks ouchy, and I'm gonna start chanting in Orcish. Me cog ool skog za. Me cog ool skog za. And I cast Healing Word on Bill.
There you go. Bill, you feel the warmth.
Congrats,
Of-
you got both ones.
You got both ones.
Yay!
You take 5 health, and you feel this warmth radiate over you. You hear this strange,
I know
strange
Orcish.
words reach you. You know a little bit of Orcish. Do you know Orcish?
I do know Orcish.
From your time in the arena, you recognize that this individual behind you is chanting a prayer of health towards you from his people. We'll just go right to
By the
Bill's because the
gods,
caravanners
lad,
are
that
going to
felt
continue
good.
to high. So, Bill, it's your turn.
You like when I pray for you?
Yes, I
Sending
think that
thoughts
you
and
should pray
prayers.
for me more. But that was just the boost I needed. Take this, and I swing yet again.
With advantage this time. Put your whole back into it. Maybe not.
The whole
that'll
back.
hit.
There's swang 1. Come on, hit me with the crit, baby. Let's go!
Let's go. Crits in chat. Let's go.
That's a huge crit.
Crit this fool.
Boom!
Double the
Chat.
dice. Double the dice plus your hit. Just roll a one-time hit and we'll double it manually.
We need
Oh,
a
you can
crit
do it.
emoji.
Oh my,
Oh,
it automatically
do.
added the crit.
Hell yeah. 11.
Ooh.
That's awesome.
You are absolutely murking this goblin. He stands behind you. You feel that warmth, and the thrill of the arena comes back to you. You haven't felt alive like this in years. You
Finally,
take your
a true
staff
fight.
and you shove the hilt of it right into this creature's skull and slam it into the ground beneath you. With that, he's defeated.
Woo! Good teamwork, Bill.
That was fantastic. I think as we're swinging and clanking swords and stuff, I think we make a pretty good team.
I've seen worse.
Next is going to be the archer's turn. Um, okay. He's going to use his full movement, and I'm going to roll an acrobatics check here. That's pretty good. Okay. He's going to use his movement to start jumping away from one tree branch to another. It's slower than a normal run, but he's going to use his entire movement to move into the wood more. So he's about 15 feet away from you and still about 8 to 10 feet up in the air. As he rounds that corner, Pete, you can still see him, though he is further away now from you. You
How
may need
far?
to get you may need to get closer in order to hit him appropriately. He's about 40 feet away.
Okay.
Well, even
What's the
well,
range on your bow?
80.
Hot.
it is it is 80, so you can still hit him.
I mean, you probably can't, but you can.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, he's got some cover now because of the way the trees are, but you can still try.
Am I up?
But it is not your turn. The other
Okay.
goblin just yet. The other goblin by Dwide is going to swing on Dwide. And that is a 19 to hit.
Not Dwight.
No, that is.
No.
RIP's in chat for Dwide. I'm about to
Why?
ruin this
Oh,
man's whole
sevens.
career.
That's what Rook
That's
already said.
That's 4 damage of slashing.
That kills me. Gentlemen,
Down
it's been an
goes
honor.
Dwide.
He's
Ouch.
downed.
Oh, sevens.
Yes, he's downed.
Oh no.
The goblin is going to take this opportunity to also begin running, fearing for himself. Put him right here. Next up is Dwight on the rotation. So Dwight, I need you to make a death savings throw roll.
All right, and then remind me what the modifier is on that one, if you would, please. Is it
There should
Constitution?
be. Yes, there should be a. Is there not a death saving throw?
Where is
Button.
it?
Come
Oh,
on.
death saves. Here we go. Yeah.
There you go.
Does it just pop up when your health is 0?
Yeah, it does.
16
it's
save.
saved.
So that's one positive counter towards you, so you're not in immediate danger. The goblins are in a point of panic at being overwhelmed and fearing for their lives. They are fleeing, and you have about one turn to do something about it. Pete, what are you going to do this turn?
Can where Rev is standing? Can he still see the goblin archer?
He might be able to with a good perception check. You can still see him, but you do know getting closer would be advantageous for your
Right.
for your.
I'm gonna walk a few steps closer. I'm gonna walk
Oh yeah,
about
it's
half
D&D
the distance.
time.
Go about
Okay.
half the distance. Not drink the cleaning fluid this time around. Not gonna
Okay.
take a swig.
All right.
I'm gonna have a little bit better angle on him, and this
Yes.
time I'm gonna use the other hand. I'm gonna switch hands.
Okay. I see what you're
Switch
doing.
hands, yeah.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna take another shot at this archer.
Yeah. Got it. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah. I'm a little sauced at this point. I'm very sauced at this point.
I'm cleaning solution.
I am very sauced.
That hypochlorite really burns you.
I am just
It shows.
extremely sauced.
I need
Yeah,
you
but what's
to.
your character doing?
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, where do I do that? Hold on.
So
I
you
don't-
see
where do I
in the
do-
top. You see in the top left, right underneath where all the numbers are for your strength, whatnot.
Mhm.
There's
Oh,
there's a con
okay.
+1. Just click the +1.
Heard. There. Okay. That's not too bad.
Yeah. So you switch your hands. You're swaying a little bit. Now you're on uneven ground. And you go, "Bleh," boom, and you shoot it. And it's just like
shoot the ground in front of
it
me.
just goes straight. It doesn't actually go up or it just goes straight into the woods.
Yep. Yep.
And you're just
Yep.
feeling a little awful after that one. Too much movement. Too quick. Too
Pass
quick
out
movement.
right there.
You not quite. You saved
Okay.
from doing that. You saved from falling headfirst in your own vomit. We'll just say that much.
Delicious.
Rev, it's your turn. What are you gonna do?
I got so many options. I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on this guy. Can you see that?
I didn't see that.
How do I pick a guy?
Just tell me which. Oh, that one. There you go. That one.
Hey, yeah, that one.
Okay. Go ahead and. Oh, that's me. That's a me roll.
Yeah, you roll. It's a 13 to save.
That is.
It's a dex save.
Oh, I'm not looking. I'm looking at Pete. That is a 12.
No save.
No save.
Boom.
So how much damage do you do? Give me holy fire
7.
damage. Wow. You hear a and you think that was from that rude elf that came up to you earlier as he ran off to help the people. Which maybe that redeems him a little bit in your mind. Hard to say. But you see the goblin bolt, missing a hand, clutching it as he runs full forth. You summon your holy energy that you've been bestowed from your tribe and your practices, and you reach out and clench the goblin in it, and you see the flame, this white mixed with blue and a little bit of crackle mixed within it, engulf this goblin, and very quickly the intense radiating heat expands from this creature, and all that's left, instead of the visage you saw before, is a pile of ash.
That's sick.
Dear
Bill.
Lord.
Bill,
That
on,
was sick.
Bill, on your turn, what are you gonna do?
By God, man, it was just a goblin.
He knows what he did.
I mean, I like to squish bugs too, but that was quite a spectacle. It was fantastic.
That just a goblin almost killed you.
No, this is just a flesh wound, and so's this one.
What type of crossbow was that? I need to get me one of those.
So the archer, he's still nearby?
Yes, he's about 20 feet, or about 15 to 20 feet in front of you and about 8 feet up.
I'm gonna pop out a javelin.
A length, width. There's a Pythagorean theorem there for how far he is away. But
Well, I've got a range of 30 for
Right.
throwing a javelin, so
That'll do. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough standing where you're at. Would you like to move to get a better vantage?
I would love to move.
Give me a perception check from you just to see how well you can spot this man or this guy, to see how well you can get a read on him.
Perception check.
Brush.
I am just
Okay,
regular perceptive.
In the heat of the moment, I think in the heat of the moment, he was right above you. You kind of got a sense for it, and your prowess from battle is absolutely fair. Let's move you here. I think that makes the most sense from a sightline perspective.
Yeah.
And you should have a good read on him now.
Hey, I wouldn't stand there if I were you.
Garrett will shoot you in the back.
Yeah.
Not that you know that.
Son, I don't know if you know, but what you're drinking there isn't alcohol.
Yeah. Do what you need to do. Worry about yourself.
I pop up a javelin, I wind it back, and I let it rip. Uh-oh. My back.
Oh,
Hey, I can do that too.
My stab wound.
You run out to the side. You pull the javelin out. You do a little. You like click a thing on it, and it goes all the way, pops all the way open. You go and you take a mighty step. You see the muscles flex, and he goes to throw, and he goes, go back.
This is very in character.
And on the goblin's last turn, he uses his entire dash and action to flee into the dense brush where he is gonzo.
I'm gonna. Bill wants to. He's a pretty cheap man, so he's gonna bleed his way over to pick up the javelin that he threw.
Oh, you never threw it. I'm canonically saying you never threw it because you're
okay.
Hey, while you're up there, can you get my arrows?
I need to buy more cleaning
Dwight, I need you
solution.
to make a death saving throw. You guys are out of combat. Dwight is still bleeding on the ground.
Oh,
I cast Spare the Dying on Dwight.
Okay. Dwight, you feel as in your unconscious state, you feel a slight warmth grasp your soul. You feel sleepy. You're just gonna take a nap for a little bit. You're stabilized with 1 hit point, but you are on the ground, very bloody, very dirty.
Do I have the wherewithal to cast a spell yet?
You can, yeah, you can. You can collect yourself.
I am going to collect myself, and I'm going to immediately cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
This is my first magic using character, so let me. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, it's pretty intuitive once you learn how the UI works.
Once you
here.
figure it out.
Yeah. Oh, is there no action roll? It's just the 2d8, like the.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, cool. I do that then.
I wish there was a
There you go. Take your 12 health.
advantage
And be fully healed.
disadvantage toggle on this character sheet, but I do not see one.
I don't know. Don't know what to tell you.
I just roll it twice.
Yeah.
What are you rolling for, Matt?
Oh no. I was just observing that as going through.
I see.
So,
There's no time.
Rook, just after you cast a spell, there's
Yeah.
there's a slots thing up there that you can check to indicate that you've used that spell slot,
Aha.
and that'll just help you keep
Slots.
track of how many spell slots you have available.
See
As you come to,
slots. Okay,
go
thank
ahead.
you. Got
No,
it.
no, you got it resolved.
Yep. Yep. The Nord quick.
As you come to closure on the fight, collect yourselves, dust yourselves off. Let me delete this last gerblin. The caravan leader comes over to you, Rev, and says, "Oh, thank you guys so much. I wasn't sure what was going to happen to us when that goblin started shooting. Thank you guys for saving us."
Well, I don't think any of us knew what was going to happen, but I'm glad everybody's okay.
Well, all well and good, but we probably shouldn't stay here. Who knows if that guy goes and gets friends. I haven't heard or seen the dragon. Do you guys want to continue on to town?
That's probably the best strategy.
I think so too. So I assume Bill and Rev, you're gonna jump back in your wagon. Dwight, you're gonna go and collect your cart. Pete, are you gonna do anything, or are you gonna just what are you gonna do right now?
I'm going to just go sit in. I'm just gonna go sit in Dwight's cart on top of all the beats and let him tow me into town because I'm too drunk to walk.
Are you trying to be sneaky about it?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm just walking up and laying down.
He said no.
Dwight, are you gonna just let that happen?
I am going to turn to him and say, I'll have you know, beet juice is a common cure for hangovers if you're interested in purchasing any of my wares. I'll be heading into town. You can ride with me until that point, at which point you will have to disembark so that I can sell my wares.
I'm gonna just go ahead and
matter of factly.
Yeah. Once we get into town, I'll bounce out as I take a bite of a beet.
You guys make your way into. Sorry, what did you want to do something?
Oh,
Bill?
I was just gonna I was gonna continue the dialogue of the beats.
Well, you're in a very different wagon getting into.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be like that bum that just like sits down, and hopefully they're just nice enough to just okay.
Do you want to say anything to Rev? Since you're sitting with him in the wagon.
Me?
You don't have no. Bill.
I was like I'm in a different wagon. I'm getting towed by man.
You're barely conscious eating a beet. Like,
Yeah.
I must say, young man, thank you for casting that, sending me that prayer. That was the boost I really needed to feel young again.
Do you say that in
Yeah.
common or do you say that in Orcish?
Oh no, I say it in common.
All right.
You held your own out there. You earned my respect, and you deserved a little bit of healing.
Those words that you spoke, where did you learn those words? You said, and I'll just repeat what he said. I'll translate it in common.
Yeah, the heal the wounded or something, whatever it was. I got you.
Yeah. Or yeah, so I whatever your chant was, I translated to English to convey like, hey, I know what you said. Like I too speak Orcish.
Yeah, he's indicating that he knows Orcish.
Yeah. I think the better question is, where did you learn those words?
Well, when you've been around as long as I have and sparred with as many humans, orcs, other creatures of fantastic abilities, you pick up some of the cultures, the language, and well, I've spent a lot of time with orcs and half orcs, humans alike. All sparring partners.
You seem to earn a little bit more of my respect every time you talk.
Oh, well, hopefully this is the beginning of a fantastic friendship, lad.
Just how many years you've been around seeing things?
Love how you said that. How long you been seeing things? I have been around for, well,
Ex-player
I can't
stance.
remember off of the top of my head. Hold on, I'm thinking.
65.
I have been around for 65 cycles.
Pretty impressive.
This beard didn't grow itself.
You've
Ha.
got more than twice as much experience as me.
I'm just joking. This beard did grow itself. As did this hair lost itself. Well, son, when you collect as many years as I have, maybe you'll be as knowledgeable as me.
I can only hope.
Keeping
As
from
you guys
him,
continue this
I'm a
friendly
dummy.
banter, you hear, not terribly far off, ding, 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 as the bell of Phandalin chimes off, notifying the town of the caravan's arrival and noting of distress. You guys have successfully made it to Phandalin on day 6 of your journey and day 1 of Dwight's journey, and what a hectic morning to be hungover for Pete. As the caravan enters into town, you pass a rather large wooden building with the sign, oh goodness, where did it go? Barathen's Provisions. You pass a handful of houses. You pass the illustrious looking, for this part of town, I should say. What's the name of this place? Sorry. There it is. Stonehill Inn, a 2-story roundhouse that looks like it has many rooms to spare. You enter in the central courtyard, which is adorned with the shrine of some goddess that's probably been long lost, where the caravan circles up and drops off its wares. Individuals come up to greet the various peoples. You see many have splintered off to go to various households of individuals they may know or were expecting. You see a couple individuals make their way straight for the inn. What do you guys do?
Well, old man, what brings you to town?
Well, you know, I've lived a career as an athlete, a fighter, performer of sorts. Well, I always like to see the new any city that I've never been to. So this is more of a you know, I'm just traveling. Taking
I
me wherever
understand
the
that.
caravans go and enjoying the new places that I find.
All right. I came to this city to get some culture under my belt, so we may be on the same goal. Do you wanna go together?
Let's get cultured.
Uh, uh, I've read that a lot of times in order to get some interaction with folk, sometimes you go to a tavern or an inn.
Well, after the day that we've had, and getting stabbed as many times as I have.
Hey Pete, can you make, while they're having a banter, can you make a quick perception check?
Yeah.
Perhaps a tavern would be a great thing to, dull the senses. Not that it hurts
Tavern.
or anything, but
Tavern it is.
What did you
Does
get?
my character have any idea where a tavern would be, or or do we stop in front of it?
So while you guys are circled up, you spring up. Sorry, 1 second. Rev.
gotta take
Pete,
a Coke Zero
while
break.
while you guys are parking, you have a very sensitive nose to a few select words in this world. and you hear someone say, "Grab a drink," and the word tavern.
Mhm.
And you immediately hear that while you're riding and parking on Dwight's beat wagon,
Yep.
and you know it's coming from the front wagon and the individuals that you saw fighting earlier.
Mhm. Okay, question for you. Are the
Mhm.
tavern and the place that I bought the cleaner from, are they two separate places?
Yes. So the tavern is
Perfect.
traditionally the inn. The Stone Hill Inn serves as the primary establishment for food and saloons, also being a place for staying. Berethan's Provisions, you know that place very well. You know everywhere in this
Mhm,
town. You've
mhm.
been here. This is this place like the back of your hand.
Yep.
There's not that much to know, right? Um, but the place where you started the day at was
Yep.
the general store.
Gotcha. All right. So I'm I sit up, I wake up at the sound of a tavern being talked about, and I'm gonna go ahead and thank Dwight. I'm gonna stand up. Thanks, Dwight. Um, Currency for the beat that I ate and the ride into town. It's actually gonna be right over there in that store. That gentleman behind the desk, he'll go ahead and take care of it all of it for me. So I'm gonna I'm gonna send him on a wild goose chase, and then I'm gonna walk over to their cart. I'm gonna be like, "Hey, tavern's right over here. Best elk you can find. Best elk you can find. You guys want to go grab
Hey,
a bite?"
aren't you that guy that just helped us attack those goblins?
Yeah. I hit him a couple of times or something.
What
Yeah.
what provoked you to join our battle?
Oh, I was just walking along. I saw the commotion from the gate and started walking out that way to see what was all the why the horse, why those horses just jolt off like that.
We were we were running from a dragon.
Oh, that's what the sound was. Okay. Okay. Yeah, he comes around here every so often. He doesn't do as much harm, but he comes around here every so often. I think he
I'm
lives
s-
up in them hills.
I'm
Are
sorry. Did you say the dragon comes around every so often?
Yeah. He lives up in the hills over there, so we hear him and see him from the town every once in a blue moon.
Hmm.
Sir,
we in
I've
the
never
tavern?
once seen a dragon.
Yeah. No. Around in these parts, he's up there.
Um,
He's never done
Pete,
us no harm.
roll a history check for me to recall the details of what's been going on.
We're in the tavern right now.
No, you guys are still at the parking lot.
Okay.
While that resolves while you roll that, Dwight, what are you going to be doing right now?
So as Pickled Pete tells me that his payment is waiting for me behind that desk, I take him completely at his word and I say, "Very good, sir. Good day to you, and be well." And I go to
Aren't you
the
old enough to
clerk
know better?
to start. Well, you see,
You've been to
I
this
farmed a
town.
lot of
You've sold from this town before, and you know that Berethan's Provisions is a place that you can sometimes drop off your wares, as it is a market of
Sellers
sorts.
beats. Yep.
It's one of the places that you'll stop. You'll also try selling at the inn as well. But if he's recommending you go to the Provisions, and you know that there's a gentleman there, you don't remember his name, as the people of that store change as more often than you can keep count on over your many years of life. But you do know the store by the color of the brick and the sign on the door, and you know that they will buy some provisions, depending on the time of year and what you have to offer. And you know very well that the inn in town, where you do often grab a bite, is another place that will usually buy fresh vegetables, especially if you come in and ask directly.
So
All right,
I will. Yeah, I'll go into the
the
provisions to start.
provisions. Okay, so you
Yeah.
grab your cart and you head back up the road. We'll get back to you. Garrett, you recall with that roll very well that about a month or two ago, maybe even more. God, how many nights has it been since you've been drinking in this town?
They all blend together.
But recently, a young white dragon has been spotted several times flying around the south of the Neverwinter woods. Rumors have it that the dragon traveled south, much further south from the greater mountain range north of Neverwinter. Uh, some say that it's even taken over a, a, a local frozen ruin as its horde house. Horde house.
I'm out.
And while it hasn't caused too much damage directly, it feels like it's started to displace a lot of creatures, and more violent monster attacks have been on the rise as of late.
Mhm.
That's what you know. That's not what anyone else knows.
Yes.
You can feel free to share. You can feel free to share as much of that with the people you're conversing with, or as little as you choose
I
to.
feel like I'm gonna hold off on the full conversation until we're having a drink and having a bite. Make them pay for the knowledge.
That's fair. All right, so you can continue to push them into the inn if you'd like.
Yeah. So, yeah, fellas. So, if you guys want to hear more about the dragon, we can go into the inn, the tavern, and we could talk about that all night. They know me. They know me by name in there, so they'll give us a good seat.
Well,
they know
if
you by name.
if they
that's for
know you
sure.
by name, what is
Yes.
it?
The tavern?
Your
Or
name?
my name? Oh, my name's Pete. Pickle Pete.
See, it's a pleasure to be acquainted. My name's Rev.
Right. Nice to meet you, Rev. Nice to meet you.
And for
Hey,
what
about
it's
you,
worth,
old timer?
oh, my name is Bill, and you can call me Bill.
Bill. More like bodybuilder. Am I right? High five,
hell
Rev.
yeah! And I high five him.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, let's go to the tavern, guys.
That's
Well,
what I'm talking about.
I appreciate you helping us out back there, and if you don't mind, I'd like to buy your first drink.
Hey, I'm okay with that. And the big one. We're getting the big ones for this story. It's gonna be a long one.
Of course, we're going to get the big
We're
one.
getting the
That's fine.
32 ounces.
That's
all
just
right.
fine.
All right, let's go on in.
All right, we go in the tavern.
As you walk into the tavern, again, this is a fairly modest two-story roadhouse. It has several rooms in the upper floor and a large dining area with a stage for the occasional performer who may or may not travel this way across the road. Sitting behind the bar is a short, friendly human male. Pete, you'll recall that their name is Toblen. Stone Toblin. Toblen. Toblin. You call him Tobby for short. That's kind of his nickname for the locals. His last name is Stonehill, as in the name of the inn. It's been in his family for generations. He's a native to the town and has been here for as long as it's been in growth.
Toblin?
He is, well, he's about 56.
Oh, okay, never mind.
A youngster.
Yep. He's an older one. But he's friendly, he's kind, he's always been good to you, though he knows very well your reputation precedes you, as everyone does in this town. So he'll be sure to gather his coin from you up front. You see plenty of tables open. It is now about midday. Most people are out working their fields or working their craft. There's a handful of patrons. You see some from the caravan that were with you that are in here. Their heads are basically straight on the table and just like staring deeply into a cup of ale, trying to just drown and suppress the memories of what just happened on what was an altogether peaceful trip, except for the thing about the dragon and the goblins.
That'll really put a damper on things.
Yeah, hey, so I'll go up, grab a couple of drinks. Rev, you want to come with me? It's weird. They don't do these, like, they don't keep tabs here. You have to pay as you start. It's weird. I don't know why, but I just if you're gonna get the first round, you gotta come with me because they don't do tabs. It's weird.
That's fine, because I probably need to talk to the manager of this establishment anyway.
Yeah. Wait till I walk away to do that. Just, him and I have a bone to pick with each other. It's weird. I don't know. But we'll go. Let's get some beers, and I'll take them back to the table, and you can talk to the manager.
Bill, you drink these beers?
Well,
Or are
absolutely.
you a wine drinker?
No, I drink the fizzy stuff.
Fizzy stuff.
3 coming up.
All right, I'll take these back to the table.
I like this this dark drink that's got energy infused in it, and it's often served hot, and I like it mixed with alcohol.
Well, I'll just take these back to the table since you don't talk to the manager.
Referring to an espresso martini.
Yeah. Is there a?
Okay. Yeah, we don't order those in this town, by the way. Don't order that.
Aaron, I can't hear a word you're saying, bud.
You hear me now?
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Okay. For some reason I got muted. So you walk up to the bar and you see Toby behind the bar, kind of working on stuff, organizing things. He takes one look at you, Pete, and you see his heart sink a little bit. He goes, "Now, what a riffraff came in here now today. I was having such a fine morning too, Pete. How the hell are you?"
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. We just brought the caravan in. We got street
You
farmers
brought the
selling some.
caravan in
I
yourself?
brought them in. I brought them in this time. I showed them the way. I showed
I
them the
heard
way.
there was a hullabaloo outside of town. I had some patrons
Yeah.
come in that looked
Yep.
shaken to the core.
You know how I am with this crossbow. Took like 3 of them out myself. It was crazy. But
3 of 'em, you
Rev
say?
over here, yeah. Ignore that. But Rev over here, he good man. He's gonna get us the first round, and he wants to talk to the manager. But I'll take the drinks.
Yeah, I bet you will, Pete.
Yep.
You said you want drinks there, sir?
Yeah, I'll take 3 large.
3 drinks then. We got one size and they all large, sir.
Yeah.
He
Deal.
reaches over, he grabs a couple of wooden mugs, fills them up with the cask, nice and frothy.
Hey, can you make mine mead?
Slams them on. What's that?
Can you make mine mead?
Takes the ale, sets it behind the bar, grabs a new cup, goes over to a different cask, pours, puts it on the table.
Yep, I'll be right back.
Says, "Well, since you're buying and it's not Pete, then I'll charge you what I normally charge my patrons," because he sees you walk away with the ale. He says that'll be 3 copper pieces each.
Are you in charge around here, sir?
Yes, sir. My name is Toblin Stonehill. Welcome to Stonehill Inn, the finest inn in this town.
Toblin,
It's also the
pleasure.
only inn, but anywho.
That was a lot of same words.
What can I do you for?
It's my understanding that sometimes these establishments will have rooms for rent. Do you got anything like that?
Yes, sir. I sure do have a few rooms. With the caravan coming in, we had a whole bunch of rooms prepped for tonight. I have 4 rooms vacant that have not been claimed for ahead of time.
Well, I reckon I need 2 beds. How many beds in a room?
You need 2 beds? Well, I can get you a single room with 2 beds. If that's what you want, or do you just want 2 rooms, 1 bed? How would you prefer to do this, sir?
If you got 2 rooms with 1 bed each, that'd be ideal.
It is 5 silver pieces to stay at this fine establishment, I do say.
All right, sounds good. I'll take the 2 rooms and the 3 beers. What do I owe you?
That will be 10 silver pieces and 9 copper pieces.
So is that 19? Is that 2
That
gold,
would-
basically?
That would be a gold and basically a silver if you wanted to tip the man.
Oh, yeah.
He holds out his hand expectantly.
We're just gonna casually look over his shoulder while he's to see where he's getting this money out of.
I give him 2 gold.
Make a perception check.
Or-
You give him 2 gold?
Yeah.
Well, mighty sir, I dare say. Allow me to treat you to dinner tonight on the house. I sure do appreciate your business, sir. You see that he had reached into his back pocket to pull out, or you wait. You're looking at.
I want to
at
see where
Rev?
he. Yeah,
Where
I
Rev
wanna
pulled his
see-
money?
Yeah, where Rev.
Yeah.
pulled his
So
money up.
Rev has a coin purse on the side underneath his cloak on the side.
Okay, like a sack.
Do I notice that he's checking me out, or am I oblivious?
You would be oblivious at this as
I
you're.
want to be
engaged
I'm
with
at the
him.
table. I'm at the table, like looking.
Well, some people are aware of their surroundings and some people
I feel
aren't.
you.
That may be a passive, though. I don't think I roll for that.
No, it would be a passive thing.
Did Pete go back to sit with Bill?
Presumably.
Yes.
Did
Yes.
Bill
And
Did I see that?
What's your passive perception? Well, you know what? He would have come back to the table with drinks. You probably would have been looking at him. So yeah, I would say you kind of noticed him glancing back. You don't know what he was looking at.
You looking at his ass, son?
No. Just trying to figure out what they're talking about because Barkeep doesn't mind me too much. So
Doesn't
Make a
mind you in
deception
a
check,
good way,
Garrett.
or he doesn't mind you in a bad way?
he's just not a fan of me. Let's put it.
You know what? Honestly, that's not a deception. That's just reality.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll let it slide. You're absolutely telling the truth.
Son, are you what you would call a troublemaker?
No, I'm what you would call a good guy in a bad situation. Good guy in a bad situation.
Okay, just as long as you're not a bad guy in a good situation.
I mean, hey, who would complain about that, right? It's kind of
I mean,
two
it'll
sides of
keep
the same
things
coin, huh?
interesting for sure.
two sides of the same coin.
All right, I head back to the table.
Wonderful. Let's bounce over to Dwight. Dwight,
Selling us beats. Trying to get the money from me.
Yeah. So
Dwight, you walk into the Barthen's Provisions again.
So
You've been here many
excited about
times.
this.
You walk in and you see off to the right side, stocking some shelves. There's a gentleman. You've met him before, you think? Well, honestly, you can't really be sure. Again, they all kind of look the same after a while. And you see stocking the shelves with just some jars and some boxes of odds and end foodstuffs. The provisioner of this establishment. How do you want to engage?
So I, kind of oblivious to what he's doing, I will approach him, and just kind of stand right next to him and get in his personal space. And I say, um, "Oh, I never learned his name. That's right. Um, excuse me. A drunken individual told me that I could find my money here. He ate one of my beets, and he said that you had the money that he was going to pay me here, and that I could obtain it from you. You owe me 1 copper piece, please."
The proprietor again is a lean, balding individual in his 50s. He turns around and he says, I'm sorry. What did you say?"
I said there was a drunken individual who ate one of the beets out of my beet cart, and he told me that the copper piece that he owed me was waiting for me here at this establishment. So I came to collect
God bless
what I was
that
owed.
drunk buffoon. You hear him yell before cutting you off entirely. When I see him next, I am going to absolutely chew his ass out for a fortnight. He stole a beat from you and said I would pay for it? Lord God have mercy. How much does it cost?
One copper piece is the total. He only ate one.
Well,
He only ate one.
Aren't we lucky ducks for that? Jesus Christ. All right. I guess canonically they might not say that. Anywho. He goes back to the counter and opens up the till, pulls out a copper, slaps it down. He goes, "There. Debt's paid. At least for you. But his ass sure isn't paid up yet. What else can I do for you today?"
Not picking up on the subtext at all. Dwight just nods and says, "Thank you," appreciating the transaction went smoothly, and I gesture to the beet cart outside. Well, I have several more beets for sale if you're interested, at the same going rate of 1 copper piece per beet. If not, I'll take my business to the tavern.
I'll tell you
it's
what.
rolling.
I'll take 10 beats for 5 copper pieces. How about that?
Dwight kind of bristles, and he makes some odd noises, but then finally he acquiesces, and I say, "Very well, I'll sell the rest at the tavern. Here, you can have 10 beats."
Pleasure doing business with you, sir. He reaches down,
And then
grabs the money, hands it to you, and he yells in the back. He says, "Ander, go get these beats off the wagon!" And then out the back, you see a young boy run out the kitchen. Yeah, yes, sir. I'm on it, sir. Yes, sir. And he runs out. He grabs a couple of beats to the number that was purchased, and he takes them to the back of the shop.
all right. From there, I give a slight bow, and then I take my beat cart and I head to the tavern, which I'm well versed in selling there.
For sure. As you walk into the tavern, which you know has excellent stew, and have great meals in general. A place that you can stay while you're in town if you choose to. You walk in and you see very quickly that it's relatively empty. You do see the individuals that you saw on the road and fought with. In fact, the table that's consuming their drinks and having a conversation inside also sees Dwight enter. In addition, Dwight, you see that the barkeep is behind the bar, stocking and currently sipping on a full mead that has been, or a full beer that has been poured but not claimed. What are you gonna do?
I approach the bar and I order one bowl of stew for myself, and then I will take a seat at the table.
Do I recognize the farmer as the person that we just fought the battle with?
You would have, and before I resolve more conversation with you, Rev, are you indicating that you sit with these individuals without asking, or are you sitting at just the bar top?
I sit with the individuals without asking, and then I pull out a bottle of homemade beet wine for me to drink.
I see.
He sits at our table?
Yeah.
He's going to try to. Hold on, but before we get there, so you're trying to sell to the keep there, right? To the barkeep.
Oh yes, I completely forgot about that. I was so interested
Yes.
in taking a load off. Yes, I'm trying to sell at the barkeep.
All right. Go ahead and make your pitch.
So I would know the barkeep though, because I've been to the tavern. So
Yeah, I mean, you come
He's
and
been here before.
you come
This
and go.
barkeep's been here.
Again, you come and go. Again, whether you commit human names to and faces to memory is entirely on whether or not your character would actually remember them. I don't know if you would remember them too much, but you
Right.
know that's
Toblin's been there for a minute though. That's family ran. He remembers Toblin.
true. You know that he is a Stonehill,
Okay.
and you
Would
remember
I,
that his name starts with a T, but you probably don't remember it exactly.
Would I / do you know Toblin's father's name?
Yes, I absolutely do have that written down. His name is definitely not going to be randomly generated from a list right now.
It is
You know,
prepared.
by the way you're saying that, it almost sounds like it is.
Wow.
That's a weird way to specify.
What did you take me for? This is definitely not
You're
a
lying.
placeholder name that I have off of a list. That's definitely right here next to me.
Name is
Well written with a
placeholder.
rich and historic backstory.
For Toblin the bartender.
Roll for deception.
I don't need to. God damn it.
All for IRL deception.
I'm learning.
Funny stuff. Anyway, what did you want?
What would Toblin's father's name be?
Moblin.
Moblin? All right.
No.
I see the naming convention runs in the family.
No. Let me get you a name. I don't have a name for him. Let me get you one. I'm not gonna pretend like I have this all mapped out. This is what I will say, again, this is like a purchased one, so some of those details I would have done if this was a homebrew, but
It's okay if I'm derailing us too much. That's okay.
no, you're good.
Okay. Just think it would be in character.
His name is Bubble. Bobl. Bubble.
Roshi's getting attacked by a cat.
It's Bubbles.
Cobblestone.
These damn felines.
Cobblestone.
All right. So I walk up to the barkeep and I say, Attention, Bauble Stonehill. I have a haul of beats that I'm looking to part with in exchange for copper pieces.
Sorry, I have to write down his name or I'll never remember.
Okay.
Oh, you again. I was meaning to buy some beets. Why haven't you never
turned-
sold
he
me
looks-
those beets?
He looks to you and he says, sir, Bobble was my father. Well, thanks for coming here. What you just got beats to sell?
Yes, it sounds like my beats reputation precedes them, and it looks like I am entered into a beat bidding war here. I will part with, let's say, however many the old man would like to buy, and then I'll sell off the rest to you.
You
Now,
talking
listen
about
here.
Bobble for buying beats?
Who are you calling an old
Correct.
man?
I think the.
Well,
Oh, right.
It's been some time, sir. You may not have recalled, but unfortunately to inform you, Bobble has since left this plane and have joined the gods above. But I assume you worked with my father before?
That is correct. And he was a loyal customer purchasing.
You know,
Purchaser
I
of my
think
beats.
I've heard. So I think I've seen you in one of the previous times you may have come around town. You don't come all that often, but you're that elf that lives in the sticks, aren't you? That comes once in a while, sell some goods.
Correct.
Man, what was your name again?
My name is Dwight Shrewd.
Well, Dwight, he holds out his hand to shake it.
I
Do
recognize the gesture, having been given it several times, so I sort of plop a limp hand into his. Just flop it in.
Yes, I know what to do.
he awkwardly, like he kind of shakes it, but looks a little disgusted by it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think I could go for some beats here. How many you got to sell?
Well, after what's already been sold off today, I still have a total of 56 beats.
Well, I don't need that many beats. I'll be honest with you, son. But yeah, let me see. I'll take I'll take about 20 off your hands. I'll take about that much. How much will it run me?
That would be 20 copper pieces or 2 silver.
I'll tell you what. How about I give you 15 copper pieces for buying in bulk?
I tap my chin and I'm like, very well, because I'm eager to part with this beat.
Cool. He makes a deal. He says, just bring the beats on in here. I'll put out a tray for you to load them up on, and you can we don't have a back door for this kind of stuff. It's not that fancy.
Question. While he's making this transaction, did he leave the beet wine on the table?
He hasn't actually canonically done that just yet.
Okay,
This is
not yet.
before he's
Gotcha.
done that. Yeah.
That action
That's
hasn't
dangerous
resolved.
to leave a open container around Pete. All right.
So as he gets a tray out, you do your business. You said you're gonna order order a stew.
Yes.
All right, that'll be 2 copper pieces.
I hand over the copper pieces unceremoniously.
Okay. Says, all right, I'll have that food brought out to you in just a second. Now you have a seat. We'll bring it to you.
I approach the table and then, without asking, without really interacting with the patrons already seated there, I sit down and then I pull out my homemade bottle of beet wine and thunk onto the table.
Excuse me.
No, what is
Uncork it. Start to drink.
Are you
Then
that
I
farmer that was causing a commotion earlier at the caravan?
Rev, this is the one that almost died earlier.
False. I was the one who nearly single-handedly slew one goblin, and then miraculously, perhaps by the grace of the gods, I was restored to life.
The grace of my God.
Bill, that would Rev, that was you, wasn't it?
Hey, quick question. What color is your god?
What
color?
Yeah. What does he look
Like-
like? What does he look like?
Uh,
Rev?
Wait, are you asking Rev or are you asking
Rev.
Drew?
Rev.
It's
Tempest
rude to
appears
ask.
be a
No. I'm going to reference back to this.
I would put
like a
blue
reddish
hue-
color.
Yeah, I would
reddish.
put
Maybe?
a blue reddish. Yeah, like a purplish hue on you.
Sure.
Heard. Like that. I'm gonna revert back to this later down the road. Don't worry.
Oh God. We really felt hindered by your presence today, farmer. You derailed that caravan and caused a delay, which made us run into goblins after we tried to get away from the dragon. And you seem to have less social awareness than a butterfly.
Hold on. Rev, are you trying to tell me that this one is why I fell out of my seat in the caravan?
Precisely.
Son, that really
I-
hurt my back.
I believe you must be mistaken. I believe the party at fault was the wagon driver who was quite clearly speeding on that unpaved road. Apologies for any inconveniences you may have experienced on his behalf.
Rev, I don't know about this one. I've seen folk like this before. And they can be kind of hard to get along with. He does owe me some beets. I asked him to sell me some beets.
I remember you asked him to sell you some beats, but you ignored the whole situation. There was no decorum in the whole entire interaction.
I'm just sitting back drinking my free beer.
Mead.
Oh yeah, mead. That's right.
My free mead. I can't afford mead usually. Come on now.
Obviously.
Rev, you have a point.
I gauged that you two seem to be upset by the accident you experienced. It's understandable that you may be experiencing some lingering negative emotions after that. However, can I interest you in some farm fresh beets that I brought here, fresh from my elfin farm?
Yeah, we'll take it.
I lean in towards Rev. Yeah, I don't like this one.
Hey fellas, before we jump to conclusions here, all right, let's see what else he's got. All right, you offered us some beats. Let's see what else.
He's got
Is
a
this all
cart.
you sell, farmer, is beats?
Well, as a matter of fact, and I pull out 2 smaller bottles of beet wine. I do also brew ferment beet wine on my property, which I also sell. It is a little bit more expensive than beets, but I do charge a very reasonable 1 silver piece per bottle.
Now,
Wait,
son.
Wrong way. Hold on. I'm trying to look at Deku's stream.
What?
Tap Rev on the shoulder.
Oh.
Hey, Pete, what do you need, man?
We should get some of that, but I can probably talk him down from that silver.
I have no interest in beet wine from a farmer that has no idea what he's doing.
Yeah, but
Son.
we could resell that.
I'll just kind of interject as I'm drinking my my ale. Son, I think that you're forgetting. I'm losing the accent that I'm trying to go for. You seem to be losing the context of the day. Your life was saved after you knocked me off of my seat. That hurt my back, and that made me miss a couple of swings on those goblins. I got stabbed, and then my friend here, he saved your life. I think that's worth your beet wine.
I interject. Yeah, but he also was the only one to go back to save your driver when that goblin flanked us. He is the only one who went back to save the driver. You two stayed with that already hurt goblin and tried to fight the archer in the woods. He is the only one who went back to try and stop him.
That was the most advantageous tactical decision.
Until you obliterated that goblin with that fancy crossbow spell thing, whatever that was, I was a little out of it. All right.
It's called a cantrip, Pete.
All right. Well, I'm just saying he is the only one that turned around to save the driver.
Not
And
to,
his-
I don't want to put words in his mouth, but there's a possibility he was going back for his wagon.
Hmm?
And
But he didn't go to his wagon. He could have left. He saved the driver.
Is this a convincing argument that Pete is giving me right now?
Well, that's up to your character's morals and beliefs. I mean, you do recognize that Dwight did in fact see a threat going towards the caravan. Whether he was going to protect his beat cart or the people is maybe irrelevant in your character's mind, but it is a fact of the matter that he did go back and stop whatever was going to happen back there.
I'm just here to try and get as much alcohol out of these people.
now,
All right, farmer.
I
The Pete here has vouched for you, and I'm gonna give you a pass on that. So go ahead and state your name and tell me what your business is at our table.
Yes, my name is Dwight Shrewd. I am a renowned uh, elfin beet farmer, and I am here to dispense my wares to any townspeople who may be interested in cultivated taproot varieties such as these, or in the coveted beet wine that I have been selling here in this town for many decades now. And sort of taking stock of the situation, you can kind of see the gears turning in Dwight's head as he comes to a realization, and the social context sort of clicks for him, and he says, "Ah, I see. Uh, as thanks for your help, strange ogre person whom I do not know yet, I will gift you, in fact, each of you at the table, a bottle of my beet wine as thanks for your assistance and as a token of goodwill between us." And I assume like I'm being gregarious and this is going to go over really well. So I give the 2 sample bottles, one to Rev, one to Bill, and then I take the largest bottle that I've already been drinking from, and I hand it to Pete, and I say, "You can have this one. Thank you for vouching for me, kind stranger."
Of course, of course. Hey, I might have been drinking a little too much out there while shooting that crossbow, but I did see what you did.
As you guys have this banter, in walks a duo of individuals, um, wearing up studded leather, have swords at the waist, look a bit dirty, a bit rougher for wear. You do not recognize them from the convoy. Garrett, you do recognize that these individuals have been around town for the last couple of days. However, they are not locals. They are more recently traveled here. You see them talking to each other. They go up to the barkeep. You can't quite tell what they're saying, but they do seem to place an order, grab some ale, and they're sitting at a table behind you, still having a conversation amongst themselves. Just something that happens.
Okay. I noticed them walk in, and I know that I've seen them around before, and I know
Roll a history check.
history check. All right. Okay. Don't know if that's good or bad in this situation.
always
You kind of
maybe.
recognize that a lot of people come to this town for adventuring and for just kind of sell swords. While you don't know these individuals specifically, you've probably swiped a copper or two from them in a poker game while you were smashed some night. It's likely you've probably done that to everyone in this town.
Are
They strike you as another group, like just a dual set of adventurers looking to help out in the
okay.
town. Make a
Um,
name for themselves.
I am going to uh excuse myself from the table with the bottle of wine, and I am going to go over to their table and offer a trade. Offer a trade.
Okay, make a perception check.
Yeah.
And are you doing it stealthily or just very brazenly?
Kind of just one of those things where I just kind of like, oh, like, pardon me, gentlemen, I'll be right back, and I just casually walk over, not stealthy, but just not making a scene of it.
Sure.
I'm gonna.
As you stand up and you kind of saunter over to the other table, not as of a show, but more of a matter of fact, like, hey, I'm coming to talk to you. You do hear the individuals talking about. You see one gentleman talking to the other. They say, I don't know, that hair Ben Wester man. He's just he's only getting worse as these days go on. He heard that dragon fly over today, and I'll tell you what, he's shaking worse in his house day by day. I don't know, Glenn. I don't know if we're gonna be able to get much more work out of here. And as you approach, you see the guy stops talking. He says, how can I help you?"
How you doing, gentlemen? Just came over to see what you guys heard of today. You know see these gentlemen behind me are looking for a quest of sorts, and we've been asking a lot about the dragon these days. So you guys, I know it flew by today. Hasn't done that in a couple of weeks. You guys hear anything about that? I'm gonna go ahead and like casually put the bottle of wine on the table. Like not like kind of like you guys hear anything about it? I haven't slid it across the table to him yet, but kind of just telling him, and it's up for trade.
Mm-hmm.
Insinuating.
Yep, just a second. Sorry. All right. Sorry, can you ask your question again? I was rolling on a table on
Yeah.
my side.
So you guys hear anything about the dragon that flew by today? Hasn't done that in a couple of weeks. Just
Hear
looking to
about
see.
it. It's been the murmur of the town, and that damn town master just can't
Yeah,
leave his house. Tell you, he's scared shitless.
yeah.
Ain't there a bigger yeller belly in the wilds west than here? I'll tell you what.
I was out of town for a little bit today, so
Yeah. Well, that
Yes.
big sumbitch just flew right on by, didn't he?
You guys know where it went?
Well, I think it went back to the same place it goes every time, returning back to that big old mountain off in the distance.
Yeah.
At least
You
that's
guys,
the talk around here.
you guys happen to have any sort of like trail, like any back trails you guys know of, anything like that?
Well,
Make
I
it up
mean, you can
there?
make your way to that mountain if you want to, but I want to recommend it. What I hear, that thing's a big old sumbitch that just started its new horde, been very territorial. And I'll tell you, the monster quests have been quite lively over here. You know, there's plenty of hunting to do. Good old Harbin's been putting up quests day and night looking for hunters, to fend off beasts. Seems that dragon's displaced a whole lot. That's why we came this way. We heard that there was some disruption. We made our way from Neverwinter. Yeah, it's a shame to find the town in the state it's in with that pitiful town master just kind of hiding. Feels like town could be doing better off if we had a little stronger leadership, but what do I know? I'm just some dumb adventuring hick. At least that's what I've been told.
Yeah,
But
not a
hey,
problem.
if your friends want some tales of glory or something, go check out the job board. Harbin's been posting quests day in, day out. Usually they're killing kind of monster hunters, but you can find whatever you find on those boards.
Not a problem. We'll go check those out. Then we'll go check out those boards. And as a token of my gratitude, you can have this. And I just slide the bottle of wine, pat him on the back a little bit. But as I pat him on the back, he didn't notice. I swiped his coin pouch that was on his belt. So
Make a sleight of hand roll to see if you
yeah,
can do so.
swiped his coin pouch after giving him the wine.
A trade, if you will.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh.
girl. He's
Um,
plus 7.
you see that his cup is already is empty from slamming one back with his boy when he came in. So as you hand him the bottle, you fill it up a little bit, and he's mesmerized by some freeze booze as you go ahead and you just take it off of his belt. You slam the bottle down while you put it in your pocket. Say, "There you go, bud. Drink up. Thanks for the tip." Then you walk away.
I walk back to the table and I'm gonna go ahead and by the way, Reverend, I know you were curious about that dragon earlier, right?
It brought my attention.
Well,
I
those
noticed
gentlemen,
it.
those gentlemen over there, they happen to know of a couple of job postings out on the board out there that if you're curious about them, you might want to go take a peek at those. They might have some information that you're looking
What it,
And you'll recall, Pete, that in the town master does occasionally put in quests, and that recently there have been a number of quests that have popped up as a result of that dragon. It seems like the dragon's presence has been causing a ripple effect in the surrounding ecosystems. It's natural when a predator of that size moves into an area; it displaces things. And so you don't know what kind of quests because you've not been able to properly equip yourself and make your attempts at it. You've been just trying to get by day in day out, and when you do find a coin, you end up spending it on booze to actually take a stab at the job board. But you do know adventurers come in from time and time, and they look to that job board for
Yeah,
postings from the town as kind of a guild commission.
yeah. You folks seem kind of nice, kind of good people. So yeah, I would take a look at some of those questicles over there on that board, and Rook took a drink right when I said
Questicles.
Questicle.
so I would take a look at those, and if you need any help, let me know.
is this what you would consider a cultural norm around here? People are supposed to
Yeah,
take
yeah.
jobs and
You essentially, if you're looking for any sort of like adventure um, or any sort of finding of yourself, seeing if you can take on some of the monsters, dragons, goblins, things like that around here that might be terrorizing like a local beet farmer or just a wheat farmer or anything like that. Sometimes that dragon's been stirring up a lot of fuss, so
I don't
people have
know
been
that we can
posting.
take down a dragon, but we could take down a goblin.
Yeah, yeah. Just if you're looking for, I heard you talking about any sort of like any sort of like adventures and seeing new things with old man over here.
Ah,
Yeah,
all I've got to say is a dragon is nothing. Bring it on. Bring on the dragon.
yeah. Go do more push-ups on the stage over there.
Hearing them talking about a dragon, I'm just shaking my head.
Yeah.
False, you could not withstand a dragon.
Yeah.
Okay, well, uh, I suppose if anybody wants to tag along, and we'll go hit up the job board, and then I got Bill. I got us a room for the night, and
Oh, you
then
got us
we
a
can get
room.
started. We can get started tomorrow if we want to take on a quest.
Did you get one room with two beds or two beds with one room?
I got 2 rooms. Each has 1 bed.
That's ideal.
What are you doing, beet farmer? Where are you going to bed tonight? Where
Thank you,
sleeping?
Rev.
You've traveled a long
I
way.
will also purchase a room for stay tonight. Has my stew arrived yet?
Oh yeah, you would have already received it.
Okay. I will noisily slurp the stew down in one go, and then I will, without saying anything, stand up and walk to the barkeep to purchase a room.
Rev, how
And,
much was how much did the room cost? Let me pay you back for that. That was
Oh yeah, it
very
was
kind.
silver piece for a room for the night. I'm not sure what the expectation is, but it felt reasonable to me.
Well, let me here. I flip him a silver piece.
Rook, as you approach the barkeep, he says, "Ah, welcome back. Want to order some more food or something else?"
I would like to purchase a room for the night.
Certainly, that'll be 5 silver pieces.
Did I overhear the conversation that that a room was 1 silver piece? I figure with my giant elf ears,
You probably with your passive perception, you probably heard it. Yeah,
okay.
you're very perceptive.
Question: why are you charging me 5 silver pieces when you charge the other gentleman 1 silver piece per room?
He looks past you at the table you were at. He goes, "Oh, I charge them 5 silver pieces too."
I cast a look back at the table and then back at the barkeep and nod once. Very well. I must have misunderstood. And I take out 5 silver pieces and hand them over.
He hands you a key.
I accept the key.
What are you guys doing? What are you guys gonna do now?
Sounds like we're going to head over to the job board.
It is about just past midday, so you have plenty of day left to you.
That's what I was thinking. I didn't think it was time for bed yet.
Could be. Pete, are you going to join them on their adventure to the job board?
Yeah, I'll just walk with them. I won't be saying or doing it. No main character syndrome here. Just kind of following behind them. Maybe jingling the bag of the guy's coins that I stole.
That's
As you walk,
Maybe
as you
counting
walk
them on
out
the
the-
walk.
That's right. As you walk out the door, Dwight, you park your beat cart underneath the at the stables. There's no
Yes.
other carts or animals there, but it's clearly docked. With full trust that it'll be fine, you guys make your way towards the town master's hall. Pete, as you go, you take out your bag, you toss it once, you catch it on the back of your hand, you toss it again, you grab it, put it back, you pull out a coin, you start playing with it in your fingers, pocket it with a smile on your face. You guys head forward with the hopes of more adventure, and we'll cover the job board next time.
Next time on Nerd House.
next time on Nerd House, baby.
Oh yeah.
What a good
I feel like we did a
session
pretty
one.
good job today.
I
Oh
think
yeah,
so.
lot happened.
Good job, guys. Great to be back in D&D. I missed being God.
I think that this is going to be a fantastic campaign.
Yes.
Garrett, you were amazing for never having done this
Yeah.
before.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Man, you embody
Yeah,
a
wow.
drunk
I
real
don't know
well.
what I'm doing. What? Almost like I've got bottles around me. It's crazy.
Crazy.
That's
You guys are acting
crazy.
crazy out
You
there.
silly.
Nah, but it was good. You all did really good with your characters, and
I gotta,
good job.
for main character syndrome, I gotta keep in mind that my character definitely has main character syndrome.
100%.
Yes.
100%. Yep. Yeah, give your characters another read through. I think you guys stayed pretty true to who you wanted to be, but yeah, it was really good. It was a good time. Good job, guys.
I'll
By the
see if
way,
there's a good way to.
Super hard to wear these for a long period of time. Because they're not big enough to like actually. It's like half my vision is
It's
like
just dark.
is dark, and then it's light. It's like super hard.
Will says, "Great episode.
Okay.
Love the content. Had a great time viewing." And that's
thanks
the
for
Oh,
following
feedback
us.
we
That's nice
need.
of you, though.
I hope my storytelling is not bottom tier. So
It's definitely not bottom tier.
By the way, Cole
It's not
messaged
beat
me and
wine.
said, Cole messaged me and said that once he has his kid, he's like, I want to join.
Cole was watching. Hi,
No,
Cole.
I sent him a picture of it. He's laying in bed right now, and he's like,
Oh.
that looks like so much fun.
I
Cole,
always
I hope you watch this replay, and I hope you get to this part. And I want you to know it is so much fun.
it's everything you think it is and more. I can always drop in people. We can always have guest cameos.
Oh yeah.
We do
Nice.
love one-off characters.
Absolutely. I love bringing them in. I love having them be emotionally attached to the viewer. And then I enjoy killing them mercilessly.
George R. R. Martin, is that you?
Hi, it's me. Were you looking for it? Yeah, that's
When
fun.
will you be done with Winds of Winter? Dang it! You're
Never.
doing a D&D campaign.
Well, cool, guys. Thanks for having us. Matt, I'll leave the rest of the sign-off stuff to you. I don't know
Oh,
what
sure.
What you do.
So yeah, that concludes episode 1 of I think we're gonna call this. What did I say we were gonna call this?
House of
Man,
Dargons.
House of
Maybe-
Dargons.
Put a definite pin on that name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Welcome to the conclusion of episode 1 of House of Dargons. Tuesday evening is going to be our consistent episode night, our game night. That'll be when we that'll be when to expect episode 2, 3, 4, 5, and however many episodes that we that it takes to get through this campaign. And yeah, so thank you for joining, and we'll see you again next Tuesday here on Nerd House. And I really goofed up the outro. If everybody wanted to join me on saying thank you for joining, and we will see you again next time on Nerd House.
I'm gonna leave that to you guys.
Bye bye.
See ya.